There we go. I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to find ourselves present, considering how action creates clarity. Today's stream topic is inspired by this idea, this feeling, if you will, that you don't need to know every single step in order to continue to move forward. Right? That there is a lot out here that we don't know. And it's very easy to get paralyzed in our knowing mind, believing that we're supposed to be a certain way, do things a certain way. And it's only upon realizing that action creates clarity more so than overthinking that we really start to embrace that quality of nature, right? That it's only upon the acceptance that you can't outthink yourself, can't think yourself out of certain situations, that you start taking action. Today, Jo suggested that we try and do a stream outside. She says she likes the sounds of the birdies singing, and I actually put up an extra microphone to capture more of them. Definitely is way more nature connected on this side. Is that Justin? He's a nice guy. Him and his co-worker, that person he's been walking with, is a co-worker of his. Stopped by when I was cutting the grass last night. Had a little bit of a chat. His friend is named Ryan. And this was just after I had a chat with the Ryan that I have in my life as well. It was nice to connect. Ooh, how action creates clarity. Ooh, I actually have something topically relevant, nice, and not crass or smart-assy to share with you guys a little later when folks get in. That sounds exciting, Sam. Sam's got wisdoms. Action created clarity in Sam's life, did it? I'm not surprised, but I am curious. It's a little woodpecker doing his woodpecking. Yeah, this is nice. Now suddenly I feel like I can just sit here in silence and I don't have to feel bad about it. So tranquil. Meld, do you have less hair today? I have overdone the amount of product I put in my hair today. If you must know, Sam, I have this little tub of hair food. It has like coconut and shea butter and stuff. And then I do like a little bit of like a whoop. And I usually cover my tips of my fingers. And today, instead of doing it that way, I like ran my finger along the side of the container. And then I scooped way more than I intended. And it's only upon putting it on my hands that I realized, oh my goodness, that's way too much. But my hands were covered in stuff, so I couldn't open the thingy again. So I just went straight to hair. Now, my hair is very saturated with oils, which makes it look like there's less of it. But I have the exact same amount of hair, dear Sam friend. Oh yeah. I have been enjoying the styling process. Like, it is an action that begot clarity, right? You friends remember how in the first couple of, like, maybe 2 months of streams, when I was just getting into it, I was still messing with my hair by the time I get into the actual stream space. And that was a lot of action that I needed to gain clarity on. And I am definitely appreciating this side of it a little bit more. I am doing a lot, all right, to make sure that I am comfortable. I think that is what it is about. It is like the comfort thing for me. You could rub your hair on Jovan's hair, but that might be weird. Well, she uses my comb. I have actually thought about that. Maybe that is part of the reason you have your kinky curls, Joe. Is that you are getting some of my hair product in your hair inadvertently. How are you guys doing? Shantae, just fine. Perfectly great. Even more than adequate, I'd say. Grateful. Grateful to be present. I feel like there's a lot of action. Yesterday, I shared a little bit of the action that I feel I might need to take. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa. Right. As it relates to this new wave of conscious awareness around the technologies that there exists inside our bodies, and then we can give ourselves analogs, or to use the word as it is, peptides, to boost certain signals in our bodies. Right, I've been thinking about it a lot. I've maybe like been talking about it too much, and I've come to a point where yesterday was the make or break day. Right, I got this close. Right, there's like a small gap between my fingers, I promise, but it was that close. I already had my freaking location. I already had my address typed into the freaking delivery tab. Right, I was so close, but I decided against it. I decided against it in the last moment. And the biggest reason is that I do believe that it will be a net good if I wait. All right. There is a financial aspect of it. Waiting will probably allow me to get the same amount of therapy in for 10% of the price. So on that level alone, I was like, that's one reason to wait. And then there's also going to be pretty much, what is the word? Market saturation, where there's going to be billions of people taking these things very soon. And there was this whole conversation I was having with myself about FOMO yesterday. How, even with Joe, I told her as well that I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to start just yet. And how, like, the FOMO that we experience is silly, right? That usually, and this is definitely a part of my character, I have been someone that knows about things a little bit earlier than maybe my parents, for example. And there definitely is. There's little flies climbing on my ears. I'm gonna hide myself away. Going for my Star Trek look. There definitely is a part of me that felt some of my value was attached to the ability to bring information to my family that they might not have had. And with this stuff, there definitely is an element of that where I want to be hip like the kids. You know, I want to be with it. I don't want to be left behind. Don't want to be one of the normies. You know, as some of the other terminology is. I don't want to be one of the normies. I want to be one of the like trendsetters, one of the edge riders. Right? And then upon really like spending time with that thought and thinking about why it is I feel so pressed, right, to get things done as fast as possible, is because of that belief that my value is somehow inextricably linked with my ability to share things, right? Share perspective, share advice, share good news, even. And I won't be the first, right? That's the big thing that kind of like made me calm down. It's also the thing that pushed me to consider it more, the fact that I'm not the first. But at the same time, there's nothing for me to prove. There's nothing for me to show I won't be the first, right? And that kind of gave me a sense of calm. I was like, yeah, maybe I don't need to be so pressed. I could wait 5 more years. We're outdoors, love it. Hey, Prairie Wolf, we are indeed outdoors. I think the little buggos came and went. I did spray a bunch of insect spray on my scarf to make sure that I stay chemically protected. Let me see what you friends have been saying. I've been missing some. Mm-mm-mm. We got Tomokar joining us too. Hey, friend. Melt is apparently oily, and checks note, prepared for clarity. Oh yeah, I'm prepared. I don't know if I'll be there just yet. But again, yesterday's stream topic was about crystallizing the clarity that I have come to, right? Like the more definition we gain by paying attention with our conscious minds to something, the more and more it becomes clear what our actions are supposed to look like. And I feel like my actions are going to look like calm. I'm gonna take on the waiting action path, right? Maybe this will be get clarity that I was in fact not supposed to wait, but I can only find that clarity by taking this action, right? That's the wisdom for today. Question: is vaping bad for you? Vaping is bad for you. Vaping is fine. I mean, like again, anything that you're putting in your body has a potential drawback, right? Depends on what you're vaping. If you're vaping nicotine, it comes with propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin. Of course, depending on which product you're using, more than likely nicotine salts and then flavorants, right? So you have a bunch of ingredients there. Vegetable glycerin, we know is kind of fine. We can put it on our skins absorb it. Propylene glycol, that's the compound that they suspend asthma medication in, right? So we know it's fine. People with asthma benefit from using that medicine. Nicotine, highly addictive. Literally, as addictive as some of the most addictive substances on our planet, right? So that's the big drawback. And then the flavorants as well. You don't know where they're coming from, if they're organic or not, what manufacturing process they followed, microplastics, heavy metals, all of that stuff, right? So vaping in itself can potentially be healthy, or at least not detrimental to your health if you know exactly where the propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin comes from. You know that it's been manufactured to high standards. If you know the nicotine salt is dosed appropriately, right? You know how much you are getting in a dosage. And then, of course, the same thing for the flavorants. If you can trust with absolute certainty that that flavor is, in fact, okay for your body. However, with the average product that you buy, you don't have any of that information, right? In fact, you have none of it. And it's a game, right? It's a capitalist game where they don't care about your health. They care about making the most amount of money per vape that they sell, right? So in that way, you can almost guarantee, that's the way I see it, you can almost guarantee that there's maybe unintentional poison in there. Because if you can get something that's cheaper, that does the same thing, it's still propylene glycol, it's still vegetable glycerin, you might have the financial incentive to do that. So that's why vaping can be bad for you. There's also vaping of other things, right? If you've been a daily bong hitter, for example, right? You smoke fat bongs, and then you move over to a Mighty or a Volcano or a Dynavap or something like that. Now you're still getting the same thing that you've been wanting, from your medicine, but you're not getting all of the particulate, the carcinogenic carbon material that you inhale, right? Literal small jagged little pieces that go into your lung and have to be excreted by your immune system, right? Literally will cut your cell walls because of how sharp they are. So in that way, a vapor, a aerosolized oil, has less harmful effect than the actual carcinogenics will. But again, you're still adding something where there is none, right? The science says that it doesn't cause cancer, which is hopeful, right? They'll prescribe cancer patients that have a hard time uh, building an appetite cannabis. I think they'll probably start prescribing them peptides very soon, but cannabis has been something they've recommended. And instead of letting them smoke it, they let them vape it for that reason too. So yeah, what do you do for work? I show up in presence. Natural peptides are good too. All peptides are natural, technically. You do get synthetic types, but a peptide in and of itself is natural originally, right? Your body produces peptides all the time.
Synthetic peptides natural?
So, yeah, technically, you can make synthetic peptides by teaching microorganisms how to grow them in large vats. So it's as natural as alcohol is. It's as natural as sugar is. It's as natural as anything else is, right? Yeah.
Depends on what you say is natural, I guess. How you define natural.
The way I see natural is that your body knows how to work with them. All right. When the compound comes in, for example, there's other substances like freaking methamphetamine. That is a chemical, right? Not exactly natural. It's still made from natural ingredients, technically. But that chemical stimulates the same receptors as your own naturally produced dopamine. The problem is that with the concentrations and with the lack of dosage information and the cycles of addiction, you are doing something that is unnatural to your body. Even though the compound itself can be considered natural, right, in its expression, the effects on your body might not be so natural. Where peptides are back to like almost signaling pathways inside your body. So instead of giving yourself something endogenous and your body integrates that and can build up and can create certain toxicities because of it, the peptides don't have that same kind of like action path. So yeah, it depends on what you're going to use as well. Why stress words? Patches, you probably are, but I mean, it's how you feel. Is that pollution control inhaler in your hand? No, this is just a coffee flask. I'll take it. This is Saudi Arabia style of wearing sari around the ears. Nice. Which country are you on this earth? Right now, I'm in the country that is America. I got a Xiaomi watch. I'm into fitness now. There we go, Kid D. Nice. Tracking your metrics, bro. I'm proud of you. Push yourself a little bit, right? Get your steps in. That's a big one. Make sure that you're sleeping, right? You can track your sleep, I'm sure, as well, right? Gamify it. Gamify your fitness, gamify your sleep, and if you can, try and gamify your calorie intake, right? Be like, how good? How high a score can I get with my sleep? How high a score can I get with my heart health? How high a score can I get with the food I eat? And then if you take these actions, clarity will arise about what works and what doesn't. Good Saturday morning to you, Prairie Pressed. I don't know why I can't stand that new adjective. Getting pressed. Yeah, maybe that means that it's working. Maybe that means it's working. Prairie, you had me for a moment. Now there's a safe blanket. Man, I got nothing. It's okay. Dark Souls guy, you're welcome here too, friend. You don't have to add funny, so you can just be here with us. Question: What does everyone? Question: What does everybody smoke these days? Everybody smokes vapes, Shantae. If that's the direction you're trying to lead me towards, it is true. We got the JRH saying Kush. People smoke that as well. We get Goo saying crack rocks. Even that, unfortunately, true as well. I recommend you smoke nothing if you want to stay optimally
Honestly,
healthy.
it depends on where you find yourself in the world. I think that
Yeah.
there are concentrations of, we'll say, there's certain places that probably smoke a lot of hookah.
If you find yourself in the 1800s, you're probably smoking a bunch of heroin or opium,
In
as
the
they call it.
1800s?
Oh yeah, people were smoking a lot of opium before that too. I mean,
The
opium has been
1800s? Alright.
in the 1800s, like Americans were smoking opium kind of thing. Yeah, the English too. Well, like 1800s into the early 1900s, after the wars and stuff, people were smoking a lot of it just to cope with their realities. What Joe is saying is right. Depends on where you find yourself, like the culture around what is okay. I think
Yeah, because America definitely has a lot of vapes, like, readily available. Like, you
South
just
Africa too.
go to the gas station. There's probably a lot of places like that. Some places might have them outlawed, some places might not.
China was like that as well, but I think they did start outlawing them in China. They didn't outlaw cigarettes though. People were smoking so many
See, there's
cigarettes.
cigarettes that people like. There's high concentrations of people smoking cigarettes. Probably high concentrations of,
Yep.
like, culturally, people smoking hookah together. It just depends on where you find yourself.
You want to get that mic, my love? I don't think people can hear you properly. Like I'm seeing the audio being like,
It's okay. I'll stay out.
you look like someone who is on the path of a spiritual awakening. Nice. I like that. I like looking like I'm on the path. I still think I have a lot of walking to do. The path to spiritual awakening is one that we're all on, I'd like to believe. Today's stream topic is about how action begets clarity. All
I'm
right.
gonna take action and work on my resume.
Sorry?
I'm gonna
Working?
take
Okay.
action and work on my resume.
Love you, Shell. She's gonna go and work on her resume. She's applying for a new job that she wants. I am Team Zhao and trying to get her to get said job. We spent a little bit of time, even last night, working on it. Oh my goodness, Sam. And all. It is Sunday, lol. Sorry, it's okay. Bro, you ignoring? No, Kitty. I heard you, bro. Got a smartwatch, a Xiaomi smartwatch, and you're now paying close attention to your health, and I'm proud of you. Good morning, cuties. Good morning, gals. I love you, bro. Yeah, that's a good one. How are you, my biscuit? I'm doing good, berries, money. So fine. I'm fully convinced this man has problems upstairs. You might not be wrong, Dark Souls guy. You know any person in this world that doesn't have any problems upstairs? I definitely haven't claimed myself to be the poster child for mental health, right? I try as hard as most people, I'm sure, to remain sane. Especially if you look at the amount of stuff that's going on in our world right now. All right, it's best to probably not pay attention to any of it. All right, maybe that will help us stay more sane than not. What I do know is that I am here, right? And this version of me that finds itself here right now is as sane as anyone else. As sane as anyone else. I don't think I've met a person more sane than me. But I also don't know that I could say with any degree of clarity that I've met people less sane than me. I think all of us probably know that there's an insane person, right, somewhere. I like when I think about the people that I've met, there are some that stand out as like, yeah, this is insane. However, they were still functioning. They still were eating food. They were still sleeping. They were still moving their bodies. They were staying. They were staying present, right? So clearly, my sanity, as I have considered it, isn't the ultimate, most valuable way of being, right? Because if it was the only right way of being, then I would be man alone, right? I'd be the only person left on Earth right now, and yet that's not the case. So maybe our collective insanity is just a different type of sane in this economy. present. Loch Ness Monster, thank you for joining us. Consciousness is God. I believe this too. You definitely can do that. Pink runs, filling the canopy as we speak. Oh, gobs. Oh, that makes me want to see. Makes me want to smell the room that you're in. I'm sorry for saying those words. It's a great grounding method. Same for me, Tomo. I also have a very reliable cadence. Right. Definitely is one of those things that makes us realize our human experience, the universality of the human experience. Vaping is safer than traditional tobacco for sure. That's true. I think this has been definitively proven. Tomokan may be trolling, but he's right, you know. It is true. It's true. It's basically a hunger feeling. Being addicted to nicotine, that is exactly. Shama shama. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, guys. Okay, okay. All advertising is manipulative, man. I agree. I hope I haven't been advertising anything in this space. Right? Have I? I don't think so. I've never been paid to advertise anything at the very least, so I can say that much. How will my love life be? Pull a card. I'm looking. Unknown. Your love life will be. Like this. I asked my universal wisdom. And I was like, what is unknown's 903's love life like? And the universe went, who the hell is unknown 903? I don't know who that is, myself said to me. And then I'm like, just tell me. Just tell me how their love life is. And then it went. And I'm like, okay. And then I told you, there you go. Now you know. It's going to be like, like this guy has very self-important vibe. Patches, hulahan. I am important to myself. I think all of us probably have that, right? Am I more important than anyone else? To myself, maybe. But every single person has that same level of importance, right? It's the whole fractal of feeding yourself, right? You can. You can start expecting every little morsel of calories that you'll consume to be fed to you, right? You can just lay there on your bed. I am so important that I will not be lifting a hand, right? And I'm so important that someone else needs to come and put a spoon in my face so that I may eat something. I'm so important somebody else needs to clean my poop for me. However, I think of importance as more, it's important to me to feel like I am capable. It's important to me to feel like I am stable in my own experience. It's important to me to know I'm able and taking care of myself. In surviving, if the worst has to come to the worst, right? I hope that you consider yourself important too, Patches. Little by little, right? Little by little, we'll realize that all of us are important in this grand scheme of the world. That's the end of the stream. Still too early. Gabs is right. Chris Pratt. Nainberg Lifesack. You're the first person who have ever said that. You're the first person to ever think, ever forever, that I look like Chris Pratt. Nobody else. Nobody else thought that I looked like Jon Snow either. Oh, well, Gobbledygoo just said Jon Snow. Damn it, now I can't say that anymore. I vape. Mine is strawberry flavored. I just choose that over cigarettes because I don't like the smell of it. Cigarettes are disgusting. The most disgusting thing to me. It's a little cardinal checking on me. Yeah, I hate cigarettes. Like, really badly. Like, someone smoking a cigarette next to me has me like... And they go, are you alright? I'm like, do I look alright? Your cigarette smoke is burning my eyes. I have nearly 7 years that I've quit from tobacco, nicotine, and cigarettes. Gravity goo. No, that's something to be proud of, bro. I'm so proud of you. Peptides are all natural except the synthetic ones. Again, there are synthetic ones. However, the peptides are natural. That's what I was saying. Peptides are. Everything is natural. There you go, Patches. Exactly. Everything is natural. What I was saying is that there are synthetic peptides. However, the synthetic peptides still act in the body the same way, in the natural way that they would. And we will be seeing a lot of like having like vats that basically grow peptides for us. And then we'll have sophisticated like sorting systems probably to get them clean. God, you were an inspiration. As a little bit. I think everything is natural. I do agree for the most part. You are a bug. He is way less boring than you and you're jelly. Yeah, I mean, you're chilling with us, dear friend. Here you are, spending some time with us, having some calm conversations. And you're welcome in this space too. I have never, I've never came into this space going, okay, I will now proceed to be the most interesting, most entertaining, most beautiful, most sexualizable, most anything. Next, right? Look at me. I'm gonna be the most of everything that there ever was. All right? You'll never hear me say that because I'm not so naive to believe myself to be. I am just a person. I am just a person. If anything, I go through my own insecurities that I am not interesting enough, that I am unworthy of your attention in a moment like this. So I try and bring useful topics. I try and bring perspective that you might be able to take away, even if it's generic, even if it's not very interesting. At the very least, there will be something heard that can be a good reminder for you in your day. Today's reminder for me and for you is that you don't have to know every single step in order to continue forward, right? You just have to know the very next step. And then when you take that step, the very next step will reveal itself. And then you take that step, and then the next step will reveal itself. We talk about the long term kind of thinking, that it's not so important exactly where you are right now and today, but it's important the steps that you're taking towards where it is you want to be, right? And that can feel intimidating because some people don't know where they want to be. However, as you take action, and that's our theme, that's our topic, that's our curiosity that we're exploring today. As you take that action, clarity will arise, right? You'll start doing things, and in the doing of things, there will be more for you to learn, more perspective that you'll gain, and that's going to be the thing that allows you to take more action still going forward. Gamer mods, hey again, what's up with you, friend? Is this the 9 o'clock free crack giveaway? Gabadygoo, no, it's actually 10. It's close to 10. You missed it though, I'm sorry. You should come back again tomorrow. How action creates clarity. There it is. There it is. Sam echoing today's stream topic. I did an art last night, Sam said. I had something poured and I did not like it. So I scraped it and immediately poured the scraped off paint back on after mixing it up. The results are in the Discord in the creative space. Let me check it. You hear that? Yes. Took action. Took action and created clarity. Creative space, I'm sure. Ooh, that is pretty nice. Looks like a nebula exploding. Very cool. I walked into the art room last night with half a plan and a drink, and I created this. I learned a valuable lesson on allowing myself to create without overthinking. One more canvas to reveal after this one. Stay tuned for more. You hear that? Me and Sam, and she sent that at 3 p.m. yesterday. So that was in sync with today's fractal. Right? The conversation of action begets clarity. And like I literally said those words, Sam, I said like literally directly that you cannot gain the same level of clarity by overthinking that you can by taking action. Right? And the fact that you went through that experience yourself as well, I do love synchronicities like that. As I'm sitting here in my garage with a dart and a caffeine. A dart is a cigarette and a caffeine. Prairie Wolf, I hope you know at the very least that you're not judged. And fortunately for me, I cannot smell your cigarette through the camera. Did you ever try for TV or movies? No. I might still do that at some point in my life. Yes. Some Hollywood director is going to be like, yeah, we need a Chris Pratt double. Stat. And then I can, start rubbing elbows with all of the other double people. And then I can try and shama go for auditions. Yes, yes. And spend my life savings living in California. Hollywood, yes. Oh, yeah. Rent a car that I'll pay a lot of money for to go to my auditions. Maybe get famous. Maybe. I'm totally not going to be competing with 10,000 other hot guys that also want to be in movies. Nope, not me. I'm just going to walk right in and get all of the movie roles. I don't know exactly what I'm being. I feel like I'm being a little bit facetious. I have thought about it, unironically, legitimately. At one point in my life, I did think that that is some sort of viable career path. However, I believe that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Right? That I do look the way I do. And I could, I guess, sell my likeness. However, I'd rather sell something else. I'd rather sell anything else, actually. I'd rather sell freaking cars. Seriously. Very nice. I like it, Sam. Bless. Nice, Sam. I'm gonna check it out. So much love. Hacking a dart are you now? But the hippie speed vault prairie. Breaking hearts too. I bet it. We got Marcus saying, I hope Yelt's day is as nice as this man's cheekbones. Yes. I hope it's even nicer. I hope it's a nice plus. Yup, Gab, the only bad habit I have, if I didn't smoke, I'd be a min. I'd be a min. I don't know exactly what that means, but you are a max right now, I'll say. Yikes. I have a big cup of black coffee brewed in French press. You'll poo in no time flat. True. Important not to filter out the oils with a paper filter. They help grease the bowels. Gabs is not wrong. Coffee is a diuretic. Thanks, Goo. You're welcome, Viper. Here we help everyone. Here we help. We're so nice here. I hear just fine. Nope. See it. David Kern has odd breakfast preferences. Lovely there. The birds are singing for you. So many beautiful songs on. I'm happy to share this moment with your friends. What the fuck is wrong with some of these people? I think it's better to not think about it, Tama. Considering what's wrong with them might make that there's more wrong with us, I'm sure. I'm sure that's totally how it works. I want to go take another shower. Oh, why? Sam has quickly deleted some nasty comments. Yeah, the space remains safe. I had to walk away for a minute. Mel, this crop has kind of a nasty aroma during veg, but kind of like sexy nasty, you know? Not gross, just nasty. I do actually know what you're talking about, Gabs. I had one plant that was like so funky, right? Like, ew, woo, what is that? So I get it. It's about them terpenes, bro. It's about them. Woo, yay. Woo! What's happening here now? Looking forward to flipping, getting that vegetative growth over and going into flower, I'm sure. Hello, Bruddy. Bruddy? Yes, that's totally what you say, Sky Counter. That's what I read. Oh, where are you from, sir? I'm from South Africa. Humans will be extinct in a few years. Maybe you, bro. I'm not human. If humans will be extinct, then just don't be human, bro. Don't extinct. Be not human instead. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. When the robot, the Terminators go, I'll just be like, I'm not human, and they'll be like, bet this one's not human. Continue forward. You know, that's all you have to do, bro. That's all you have to do. I just got here. Welcome, Joey Diesel. Welcome, friend. It's nice to have you here. Come to India, bro. One day I will. I'm gay, and I really like you. That's nice. Hi, gay. I'm Gab. It's true. I'm Melt. It's nice to meet you, gay. We'll see you again soon, friend. I'm sure. It's like the fourth most discussed topic in this group. Apparently, 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds. Let me say that again. Apparently, 2-year-olds go through an era in their lives when they start learning how to communicate, where they talk about poop a lot. Apparently, when they teach dogs how to use words, in the development stage of them starting to learn how to communicate with these buttons, they talk about poop a lot as well. So there does seem to be like a little bit of a developmental progress to talking about stuff like that. But after you stop being 2 years old, it's no longer as interesting, right? So maybe it explains, like maybe there's a bunch of iPad babies in the chat sometimes. It's truth working, and the chaps live comes on. I don't know what that means, Zach, but this chap's live comes on every single day, bro. Relentlessly. This has sugar in it. So does a watermelon. Yeah. I have a spoon of honey in this too, so this also has sugar in it. Do you want to see what I own? Doesn't matter to me what you own, right? You're welcome here if you own the world or if you own only the cell phone. Even if you don't own the cell phone, it can be your mom's cell phone. You're welcomed here too. Wayne, if you have problems with my moderation style, you need to take it up with Melt privately. How are you, Melt? Neon is the loneliest color. I'm doing well. It's nice seeing your name here with us again. Neon, how have you been? How have you been taking care of yourself? Using creatine while working out isn't natural. It's in milk. It seems like you're quoting someone. I use creatine. I haven't had my creatine today just yet. Also haven't had my multivitamins, but we'll get there. Hayadara. According to my dad, what you truly own is what you eat and what you share. Tell my mom I said hi. She always told me she would be all of the cardinals in the next life. Aw, that's so wholesome, Tomo. I think the cardinals are the ones that have been looking at me. There comes one. Love to you, Tomo, Carm's mom. Part of me wants to show you the cardinals. There's literally a cardinal in my field of vision right now, Tomo. That's the only bird I can see. There's a little cardinal. That's awesome. Love to your mom, Tomo. I don't know what happened yesterday. I slept in. Yesterday we talked about crystallizing of clarity, right? How if you spend, like the stream topic was titled What You Let In. When you spend time in the world and you engage with news cycles, you engage with educational content, you engage with the what's goings on of reality, you can create a certain obsession or a focus, right? And then like, paying attention Yes, intentional. You let more of that in to yourself. And the more you let yourself focus on something, it's almost like there arises a certain type of clarity in looking at that that you can then, in today's stream topic, take action about. Right. Yesterday I was still trying to see what I'll let in, right? On a mental level and then on a physical level. And I have let enough in on a mental level to come to the conclusion that I'm going to wait before I let it in on a physical level. There's a little hairy woodpecker that just came landing on the perch. It's nice. Creatine expands the muscle fibers to retain more water, makes you look a little bulky. It can, but I haven't felt myself personally getting waterlogged by it. I have no idea what's going on. Gobbledygoos, we're showing up. We're showing up today specifically thinking about the actions and the clarity that it creates. Right? Some of you friends have been taking action and keeping this space clear of nonsense. Your birds are loud. I thought they were in my house. Yeah, good. I'm happy that you friends are hearing the birdie sounds with me. I'm going to make a coffee, take a puff, and start some chores. Cheers to you, Gobs. Sounds like a good Sunday. I hope it serves you well. Somebody has an issue with being shut down yesterday for some nonsense, so they came back to try and rewrite the facts. Try again next time. Would you like an espresso beverage? I would love one. And how, Angie? I need to. I need to your chat. I'm new to you. I'm new to your chat. Angie, you are welcomed here, dear friend. Self control online. What's this madness you speak of, Wayne? Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot being said. And I am not listening to any of it, Wayne. Yeah, I can see you have been trying. You have been here a few times. And know that you're welcomed anyway. Right? I do hope you find yourself a little bit calmer in this space as you continue through it. Since I am your servant, a second husband. AI. You think I'm AI? Massive compliment. I'll take that. Okay, Wayne. Have fun in the shadow realms. Love from India. Love to you, friend. There's a little downy woodpecker checking on me. He's watching me. He's like checking on me every now and then. Zach wrong. It also, yeah, there we go. It generates ATP, which gives more energy for high intensity workouts. Agreed, Joey. That's actually what I take ATP for, or creatine for. It not only does that for your muscles, that's the cool thing about creatine, it does it for your brain as well. What about green eggs and ham? Exactly. Didn't care. They didn't care what you got, boo boos. Guys, I took my kids for a bike ride yesterday while my husband was working. I crashed twice. What? Constant. Mommy, mommy. And I'm turning around like, yes, to see if they're okay. And then you crash. My knees and elbows are bruised. Never again. Oh my goodness, Christy. Were they laughing at you? Did your kids laugh at you? Or were they like really concerned about your well being? Like this, one or two. Freaking children are crazy, dude. Children will laugh at you. You'll break your face and children will laugh. And they're like, oh my goodness, green eggs and ham. Hell no. I remember in elementary school we had that on Dr. Seuss Day and I wanted to gag. Put some green food dye in eggs. That's pretty rough. True, it has additional factors, but I'm not wrong either. Yeah, it does help keep more water in your body. Considering most of that bulk is from actual muscle creation. There you go. Remember when Heinz had green and purple ketchup? Yeah, good thing that we don't live in that era. It sounds like the era of a Crystal Coke or something like that. Nobody wants that though. Christy, hope you're not hurt for your little kids. These are the good old days. There we go. Reread what I said slowly. I did go it. Yeah. It seems there's some fingers being pointed. How about we point our fingers at ourselves? Am I the problem? Sometimes. Sometimes, definitely. I'm just sore. I crashed on the sidewalk and then went to put the bikes in the garage. My son threw his bike to go play with his friend, and I was walking out and then I tripped over it. An outside stream must be sunny, more than everyone. It is definitely sunny out there. The sun be blasting. The humidity is nice. The temperature is adequate for an outside stream as well. You look like Sen Gimin from Stray Kids. Nice. I don't think I've heard that one before. That one is an original one. You call yourself Sen Gimin in the house, so I don't know if I believe you. I love you guys. We love you too, Gabs. Zach, you are considering how the water retention bulk isn't the primary reason. Also, if you're taking it without doing intense workouts, you're misusing it, which causes the water retention. I use creatine. I do work out. I don't think I work out that hard, but I use creatine for the neurological benefits, more so than the muscle benefits, actually. I like your shirt. It's really cool. Thank you. My this is Jason Pollock. My Jason Pollock shirt for Gabriel. You look like a boy of the beach. I could be a beach boy. Cool clothing, brother. Thank you, Spars. Good day, sir. Yaz is here with us too. Hey, Yaz. No, they laughed, Lama. Having yourself laughed at by your children, right? They distract you, and then you freaking end up biting dirt, and then they laugh at you, right? And then you tell them never again. We're now going to be living inside forever. You will never see the sun again, ever. The light of day will not touch your face, child. You will now pay forever. I'm back, and I'm not scared of the vibes today again. Good. Good. We got only the most immaculate vibes in store. Yes, please peruse our aisles. Please see what you would like to be get off the shelves. We have nothing but good today for you to take home. Everything is double price, but it's good at the very least. We've been listening to the birdie sounds, and I have been more mindful of how loud it is I swallow. Did you say bag it? Maybe. Maybe you should bag it. Maybe you should take all of this good vibes, put it in a bag, or baguette. Put it in a baguette, and then eat it like a sandwich. Yes, yes. Add some tomatoes, add some onions. Maybe a little bit of cheese. Thick slices of good vibes. You know, boom. Bag it and baguette it. Safa? Ja, actually. Like us. Bowhunter Australia. Hoe het jy geweet? Is jy ook 'n Safa? Lewe jy in Australië op hierdie stadium? Ek lewe in Amerika. It's like om jy sit hê. In my physiology class, they said that if you change the way food looks, especially the color, it can weigh our mind. It changes the way our mind contemplates the taste, even if you know what it is. Yeah, if I eat a steak that's orange, I can imagine myself imagining it with flavors of carrot and cumin and turmeric, maybe. Right. Blue steak would probably be funky, you know, cheesy flavors, I could imagine. Green steak, maybe like spinach flavors. Purple steak, probably like berry flavors, weirdly enough. Yellow steak. What yellow foods do we eat a lot of? Banana flavors? Yeah, I've never tried that experiment myself, Tomo, but it is interesting to think about. I just saw the color and was like, ew. I ordered Indian food yesterday, so good. There we go. You should be a voice actor. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day someone will pay me for a single session of voice acting and then take my voice acting tapes, and then turn them into an AI language model, and then never have to pay me ever again. I'll probably do it myself, right? Turn my own voice into a language model and then give you access to it. That if you wanted to use my voice, you could do so for like a dara. Come on, you can give me a dara, please, please, like actually, please, please. Yes, it does. Like the power of one. Oh yeah, you know, bow hunt, Australia. I would like to bow hunt. Actually, I'd like to bow hunt here. I need to get myself a compound bow though. I'll walk door to door and ask people, "Have you bow hunted before?" And they're like, "Yeah, I have like 17 compound bows." I'm like, "Why am I not surprised?" Average American citizen that lives in the Midwest. You want to give me one of your bows? And they're like, "Yeah, I have so many. Take them." And I'll be like, "Yeah, good thing I asked because I would have bought myself one if I didn't." I'm only half joking. I probably like we could probably get everything. I could get everything that I would want, just like walking door to door and asking people if there's one that they're no longer using somewhere in the basement. And they'll probably be like, "You know what? I do have a particle accelerator in my basement." All right, bro. You would do such a good job. Yes. Yeah. I have thought about it. Unironically, I have thought about voice acting as well. It's just a matter of like finding a client, right? I've had people tell me that they want to use my voice for like uh, game assets, but then they don't follow through, right? I'm a very hard worker, right? If you give me a script and you tell me you need all of these voice lines recorded by this date and you want at least 4 takes of each voice line, I could get it done, right? But definitely think I have a hard time with the other way around of like spending time reaching out to a bunch of people, asking them if they want to pay me for my voice. Feels a little bit tedious. I think I could do a lot more in my life if I am more willing to engage with the tedious parts of it, but maybe one day my machine will help me. Tikka masala, samosas, chicken, biryani, bayrani, naan. I love naan so much. My sister makes amazing naan. Bro, where are you from? I am from South Africa, and I now live in the United States of America. Lemon squash, pineapple, probably pineapple. Yeah, a pineapple flavor steak. Where are you from? Still from South Africa. I'm from apples. I'm from rock melon. I'm from chocolate. I'm from kiwi. I'm from Dora. Apples aren't yellow. There are yellow apples. I've seen yellow apples. Oh, I didn't know it was a yellow theme. You're not joking. I'm not joking about the voice acting thing. No. No, seriously. I've thought about it. And I did go into a little bit of a thing, but this was like pre-AI era. I'm sure that the demand for voice acting is at an all-time low probably right now. Right. Yeah. Bow hunting sounds cool. I've always wanted to go spearfishing. I want to go spearfishing too, actually, Christy. I've done bow hunting. There's a little cardinal again. Have I done bow hunting? I've never killed something with a bow and arrow. But I can hit the orange at 30 meters, 100 yards with a bow and arrow. I can hit them orange. My dad has a compound bow, and I've been practicing. An 80-pound compound bow. It's not easy to pull, and it will take skin off of you. Ask my brother how he knows. If your arm is like just locked out completely, instead of like having a little bit of a bend to it, it will take your skin off when that string comes flying. It will do that. Right? I saw my brother go through that, and I made sure every time that I pull a bow, I'm like, I'm not losing any skin today about this. Yeah, I'm going with what color yellow foods do you eat? Lamal anime. From what he said before, Korean melon is yellow. We actually just planted the seeds since they started sprouting. That's cute. I hope you get a bunch of delicious melons. Not like that. I want ramen and cheese and eggs right now. It sounds like a wholesome little soul food meal. The super spicy ramen, that's the ones that I go for as well, Christy. I love spicy ramens. So good, it gives me bubble guts. Considering poop's one of the main topics here. Yes. All right. I'll be a good dad one day, I'm sure. You know, after all of I've handled in this chat, I'll be the best dad. Daddy, daddy, look at this! Shows me a big piece of poop. I'm like, wow, that is a big piece of poop. Where did you find that? I found it outside. It's like, yeah, how about we don't bring poop inside? How about we like set a hard rule in this house? You can bring it to show me, but you don't step up to the stairs. Right? You stay on the grass. Yeah, daddy, you're the best. Like, yeah. You're so smart and strong. Uh huh. Yeah. 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 You could be president one day. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Christy, good luck with your garden. My potatoes are doing well. I'm waiting for the seeds to pop up, for the carrots and the beets, etc. Bless. Spearfishing is very, very fun, but it takes so much patience. You probably miss a lot of the fish before you ever get to take your hunt home. I do like snorkeling though, so like that's the big thing. It's like you're going to go and see fish, and then if you see a fish that you like a lot, you get to take them home. All right, sounds like wins to me. Yes, bro, baldock and cheese right now. Oh, you are talking about the baldock. Think ours are finished, but I love baldock too. It's so good. I don't get bubble guts at least, but I don't want to eat a lot of it. Just a lot of calories. Not a lot of protein alongside it. Thanks, Wolfie. So far we have melon grass, bitter melon, Korean melon, cilantro melon, scallion melon, and mint melon. Yes, that's a lot of melons. It's like no melt. I'm joking. I'm just having fun with Christy. What would be my first job package? Let me check. The universe unknown. The universe is saying your first job package will look like. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, unknown. I'll be serious. I'll be serious. Your first job package will look like. Yes, it's coming to me now. Yes. It's looking like a package. Yes. That's literally what my mind imagined. Just like imagining a package. And then in my mind, it's like, package? And then it's like turning the package around. Like looking at the package from different angles. Yes. It looks like a package. You know, it has papers in it. You know, maybe those papers contain your name and your work expectations, your contract, you know, how many paid days off you get, your very high salary. Let me check again. Oh wow, that's real high salary. Unknown, the highest. All right, you're gonna buy planet Earth after one day's worth of work. That's a lot of money. Now anything that like below that is possible. Boom, get manifested with egg and maybe banana milk on the side. Yeah, especially full of that spiciness. If I ask you where you're from again, will I get kicked out? No. You look like a club DJ. I could do that too one day, I guess. All right. I unironically wouldn't mind being like DJ slash visual director for a whole set, right? Have a bunch of projectors mapping onto the stage, and then as I move and dance, DJing, the stage moves and dances with me. Right. Tracks my body. There's a camera on my body that creates a bunch of points on me, and then if I move this point, this part of the visuals go whoop whoop, and if I move this point, this part of the visuals go and if I move these, the extensions of the edges of the visuals go. Yes, I have thought about this. Maybe one day. I am still waiting for my technology to catch up, I think. Or at the very least, to be given the chance to implement the technology we already have. If you live near me, I would give you a pack. I have carbonara flavor and the regular, nice. Sir's gone actor mode. Yeah. Is your garden small? You asking me? I have been hunting a lot, but never could kill anything. Fish though, lots and lots. Nah, I just grabbed the net. You grow cilantro before? Keep cutting it back. Don't want it to bald. True. The taste and texture changes. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa. Some days I'm gonna edit together all of Mel's high voice characters. Would be hilarious.
My name is Nick, and it was kind of a nerd.
I don't know why I do the high voice characters. Apparently that's the only character that I do. Yeah. It's like it's not me.
When I go into the high voice like this, it's someone else.
And then this is me again.
And then someone else.
And then me. And Tomo Carm, have you ever crabbed? It's so fun. Like crab fishing. Talking about packages, I'm waiting for my Sheen package. I got a bunch of clothes. I hope it serves you well, yes. May you look spiffin'. I grew up in the Bay, y'all. So we went crabbing a lot, fishing, and went to catch crawfish. Nice. I'm sure that your little body was built up with a bunch of healthy fats in that case. I tried to grow it last year. I was like, oh, look at the pretty flowers. So bitter. I have been on top of chopping it back this year. Oh my goodness, girl. The carbonara flavor is so good. Hey, what's up? Hey, Red Panda. Not much. What's up with you, friend? It's so good. I just eat it once in a while because my digestive system doesn't agree with it. Yeah. Can you, like, ship it to Australia by any chance? Crabbing and fish. Crab on a boat. Yeah. Who's got new clothes? Fashion So Stream. Yeah, one of the other friends. Yaz. Yaz got clothing from Sheen. I think Goo has a bunch of pants that he intends to give me. Right. I do look forward to getting to meet Goo. I'm sure there's a way. Do you have a place for me to sleep, Gobs? Jo does have work. And so maybe she won't be able to, make it kind of thing. With the way that things are currently going, I might be able to, spend some of her paid time off, spend some of it, because I might not be able to leave the country anytime soon. Unfortunately. Which is a little bit of a yasibobasi. My family does want to celebrate us too, and my youngest brother is getting married in October. But I might not be able to be there for him. Simply because. Yes, extra bed for both of you. Good. We do sleep in separate beds. Yes. Don't want to get any of those cooties I was told about in school. Could combine a visit with y'all. If you would not mind planning a trip to Chicago in September. There we go. Yes, Gobs. Yes. Like coming up to Chicago is definitely more doable than for us to come back to or come down to Texas as well. Gobs. Seriously, bro. Like serious. Like look at me. I want to meet a gobbledygoo soon. This year, definitely. I don't want to wait longer. I kind of wanted to meet a friend every month this whole year, but I think that is ambitious. And I think it's definitely hard if I don't have a car of my own. And it's even harder if I don't have the money to fuel it. I still am looking forward to building myself Solar V one day, right? I'll just drive until I can't drive anymore, and then I'll chill and I'll absorb sunlight like a lizard until I have my batteries full again, and then I'll travel. And then I'll lizard, and then I'll travel again. You're American now, Melt. Learn about the Bayou. I'm saying it correctly too, yes. See, I'm Polynesian, sure, yeah. I got some clothes from Amazon, Shein, and Zaful. I haven't heard about Zaful. I don't care to spend so much money on clothes anymore. Yeah. Buying fashion or buying high fashion, right? Spending $300 on a pair of pants because it has someone's logo on it never made sense to me either. I do like style, right? But the style that I wear is relatively cheap, right? My entire outfit is probably less than $100, which is still a lot of money, right? I'm not willing to say that it's not, but it's not a $500 white T-shirt at the very least, right? So I'll give myself some leeway. Yes, extra bed for both of you. Bless. Just buy the actual necessities. I don't spend money stupidly because, petrol prices and the price of living is terrible right now, right? Same, same. I don't shop a lot, only when I need things, mostly vacation clothes. Wait, hold up. Do you have an itinerary? You want to see Gabs too? Me too. I don't go on holidays, Lamal. Do you like K-pop? It's so weird that you would have to ask me that question, Yaz. Why? What made you ask that? Like, seriously, tell me what made you ask it. Because yesterday, while I was cutting the grass, I was listening to K-pop at some point. I wish I was joking. I just had this feeling where I was suddenly like, I wonder what's happening in K-pop. I listened to a little bit of what was it called? Acid rock, I think. I think it was called acid rock. It's like the genre as Angin de Portin. Listened to a bit of that, and then I was like, kind of over it. I was like, okay, I feel like I've overdone this. And then I was like, I wonder what the K-pop people are up to. And then I unironically listened to K-pop for 30 minutes. It's pretty cool. K-pop is kind of cool. It's very. I wouldn't like one of the things that happened actually is my neighbor. My neighbor passed me, and I took my earphones out, and I was at that point listening to K-pop, and then I had a conversation with them while there was K-pop playing in my other ear, and I did have this internal dialogue of like, I'm so happy that they can't hear what I'm listening to right now, but what can I say? We should all meet for a party one day. I like K-pop. You look like David Miller a little bit. I don't know. Is David Miller the cricket player? Right? I think so. I'm not sure at this point. That would be dope. Possibly dangerous. I also like K-pop. There we go, bro. I'm 19. I just realized I don't have a life. Well, good thing is that you still have the rest of your life to have a life in. Right? Being 19 is a good place to be in our current time and space. Alright, 19 is pretty young. Not gonna lie, I do have designer bags and shoes, but clothes, no. It isn't practical. I knew you had designer stuff, Christy. I knew it. I didn't know it. You didn't have to tell me for me to know. And I don't judge you for having designer shoes and clothes. Or bags, sorry, not clothes. However, I think you also know that it's more the nice of, yeah, I have this, and then the novelty of having it instantly dissipates, where it's like, okay, there's a little cardinal again. Yeah, our money goes a lot further buying pretty much anything else. Anything other than designer whatevers, it goes a lot further. I'll have to ask my friends what the breakdown of the Chicago plans are. We're going to some concert. I want to see the pipe organ at 4th Pedestrian Church. That does sound awesome. I knew you. I knew you listened to K-pop. No, actually, I was lying. That previous thing that I said about listening to K-pop while cutting grass, that was actually a lie. Yep. And you got bamboozled successfully. Boom. From Chicago? No, I'm from South Africa. I've been in Chicago though. Korean pop. My mind was like, he listens to K-pop, so I just asked. Yes, yes. Mix is just matching with your clothing. Yes, cricket player. I've seen what he looks like. Me and him do look similar. I'll give you that. We're both from South Africa as well. I am from Kazakhstan. I don't know what K-pop is. We also like what we are like what Borat says. Yes, I'm sure Borat was the best source of news. Right? If you watch Borat and you assume what he shows about all the people, you'll not beget a lot of hatred. I want to listen to a Kazakh singer. Bruh, why did you do me dirty like that? Bruh, yeah. You see what just happened, Yaz? That time, my light just died. That time when I was like, I was lying about listening to K-pop. I was actually lying. And that I was in fact listening to K-pop. Boo. Get done dirty, even dirtier, bro. Get dirty done twice. Twice times. I'm serious. I was actually listening to K-pop. Watch, check. Check. Dimash Quaz. I don't know how to spell his last name. I don't know Dimash Quaz either. Yeah. I'm gonna put the. Yeah, better. Nice. Nice, this chair was eating into my side. Spinning it around. Spinning. Yeah, you're not going to sleep now. You still got some battery left. That's YouTube Studio, YouTube Music. Check. What's up? Oh man. There you go. Yeah, literally. Check. Watch this. There's the playlist as it continues to go. Hypnotize and Very Nice by 17 and Loud and Superpower by Zyxers. These are a bunch of K-pop bands. A bunch of K-pop. I'm not gonna play any of it because they'll strike my per channel down.
It's like, you what? You listen to a K-popper?
Give me your money. I wonder if there's a way for me to library. Recent activity, real stuff, bangers. Yeah, your recent tracks. There we go. That's the last music I listened to. Korean dance mix. Yeah, just a bunch of K-pop songs. I wish I was joking. That's why it was so odd to me that you asked. I was like, I haven't listened to K-pop literally in like almost 2 years. Like unironically didn't listen to any K-pop for 2 years. And then yesterday when I was cutting grass, I was like, what is the K-pop up to? And then I actually listened to K-pop again. And then you asked, yes, which made it like, what? How did you know? Take Two, BTS, the list goes on. Who? So Right by Sean and Yuna is one of my favorites. Music is for your next Dance Wednesday? Probably not, Prairie. Bro vocals are crazy. They do have cool vocals. They mess with like the tones and stuff as well. Sometimes they sound like aliens. As you should. Oh yeah. What a day it's been outside. My light is dead. I'm so aware of the fact that you friends can hear me drink and it's messing with me. I'm psychic, that's why. You might be, guys. I think all people might be a little bit psychic. Is there water near you? There's a creek close to me. Like I probably would be. No. No, probably not. I wanted to say I probably would be able to throw a rock in the creek from here, but I don't think my arm is that strong. I probably would be able to to get close enough to throw a rock in it from here. Creek is nice. That whole park, when it rains a lot, floods as well. And then I do have a lot of water close by, but I don't think that counts. We've done it. We've shown up. We've had conversations about action and how action begets clarity. These birds around you. You can hear their sings. FDR farm near me has a creek, more like a swamp. Zoe Bird hasn't tweeted. He might have. We're just outside of the building. Let's go check on him. Because I am ready to go back inside. Pull a card, maybe. Ooh, you know what? Before I do, though, I did bring out my kalimba. The beach is like an hour away. Yeah, that is a while. An hour is not far, though, relatively speaking. I've never lived closer than 6 hours from the beach, I think. I've been pretty inland most of my life. The fuck is kalimba? I've not been not thinking about that instrument that Mojo told me about. I've been thinking about it a lot. Does the community want to buy me something? Please? Please, communities? Please, can I have techno kalimba? What's it called? I don't even think I know what the name of that thing is. They should call it techno kalimba. If it's not called techno kalimba, I don't want it anymore. I think it probably will still be in my... it's not. Bummer. Let me check here. Yeah, here it is. What do they call it? The Bastel kalimba. So yeah, they still had a kalimba in the name there. Bastel kalimba. So cool. So freaking cool. The sounds this thing makes.
Hey, it's Andrew Huang, and today we're looking at the Bastel kalimba. This is a ridiculous instrument. I'm a big fan of kalimbas. I have a little collection. Some of them have appeared in my videos before. I have this little kalimba necklace. I think kalimbas are cool. This is the most insane kalimba I've ever seen.
Stop selling it so hard. Andrew Huang. Andrew Huang wants me to buy all. I've literally watched so many Andrew Huang videos. And every time I watch an Andrew Huang video, I want to buy whatever instrument he's covering next. He also had a piano that has like soft keys that have like modulators too. I wanted one of those too, but they were also like $600. Melt, remind me what US shoe size you are. I think I'm a 10 US size, but I don't wear shoes much, right? I've been wearing this exact same pair of sandals every day that I've been wearing every day. Like I did wear shoes for a little bit when I just came to America to keep my toesies dry from the snow and stuff. All right. Something. I don't want you spending money on shoes. I think I have too many shoes right now, Gabs. Maybe you want to get me a cool pair of shoes that you think I could look spiffy in, but I don't know if I'll wear them. That's the big thing. And I really want to. Like, I love using the things that you friends give me because every time I do, I feel this connection, this specialness. Like, oh, this was given to me by this friend. And I know I'll have less instance of that when I'm wearing shoes. But it's up to you, Cops. It's your money after all, dude. You can do with what you want. I am a 10. A 10. I'm a 9 in South Africa, but I'm a 10 here. What's up, man? Got any outside view topics? Really nice. What's the topic? Got you an outside view today. Yeah, we have. We're sitting on our porch. It's a nice temperature outside. The humidity is adequate. And Joe was actually the one who recommended that we came and stream outside today to hear the birdie noises. What are we in the Matrix? What's that intro, Lamar? Melt, you really like Keygen Church techno classic beats. I'd like Keygen Church techno classic beats. It does sound cool. Maybe you can suggest it when we're dancing. It's irresistible, right? So cool, Mojo. I want one. I want one so bad. Why do they have to make it $400? Like, that's the part that seems not right, though. Come on. Come on, dude. You're gonna tell me a bunch of actuators, a bunch of little flicky breadboard, $400? Don't lie to me. Don't you be lying to me like that. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my goodness. That's me sneezing to all the bullshit about how expensive it is. All plugged up. The lucky lottery ticket that will win me millions. I want Mickey Mouse shoes. You're a 10 out of 10. I knew you were gonna make a 10 out of 10 joke, Gobs. I don't know why. When I was like, I'm a 10. Right? Gobs is like, well, I can bet you are, baby. You are a 10. I'm a US 7 and an EU 37. They look gangster and comfortable. The Mickey Mouse shoes. You would be pretty gangster if you can pull them off confidently. Your first American winter might land you in shoes. I was wearing shoes. I did come here during American winter. But I only wore my shoes for as long as I wanted to. And then as soon as I was set free from my foot prisons, I was back in sandals. Look, Keen H2 sandals. They support your feet like shoes, but are sandals. Ooh. Ooh, is that what you're looking for? Gabbity goo, you want to get me some Keen H2s? I might need more foot support. When I go for long walks in my sandals, my feet start cramping up. Ooh, these look really nice. They do look really nice, Gabs. Some of them are really cool, even. This one has a goat with it. I appreciate you, friends. Like, thank you for asking, Gabs. The fact that you wanna, put me in a pair of shoes just means so much. And it makes me kind of emotional thinking about it. Thank you, Christy. Love is true. They look really good for hiking. We wanna go to PR, Puerto Rico, without the kids, so that we can go to the rainforest and the waterfalls. That would be perfect for that. Bless you. Thank you, Yas. Yeah, they have kid sizes too, Christy. Just a little spendy. But I can get them on sale. There we go, yeah. I can imagine. Those nice brands. You do pay for what you get. Right, I think there's a range, right? You can get the bottom of the barrel cheapest stuff, and then that's usually just bad. And then you can get the $500 stuff, and that's usually just fine. And then somewhere in between, you'll get the best, right, that you can really buy with your money without paying for the overinflated, just, nice to haves. They come in colorful hippie styles too. There we go. What's the temperature? It's like 19 degrees Celsius outside, so low 70s. It's like between 68 and 71 right now. Very nice. Very nice outside. I like it. It looks like it feels nice, and also like you're a guy that doesn't wear shoes. Something. My feet sees being completely out. Yeah. I do sit cross-legged and stuff, so shoes get in the way quickly, unless they can come off quickly. Keen is a top-rated footwear brand, known for their durability, comfort, and their signature toe protection. I feel so loved by this space. If it snows there, I would get sorrel boots. They're awesome and great quality. I have a pair of shoes from Amazon that are great as well. They do have like water protection, They were a gift from Shay, Joe's sister. I'm freezing my ass off. It's winter in Australia. It's winter in South Africa right now as well, yes. My dad is also cold, he mentioned. I can confirm my keens are the one thing I use for river fishing. There we go. We got more people standing the brand. Damn it, Gobs, now I want keens too. I just found a pair of pink ones, 3 thick blankets, and socks, and a jumper, and long pants, and yeah. Yeah, it's cold out there, yes. I'm happy that you're staying warm, oh. We did it. Coffee done before 11. Winning. Now, I'll play some kalimba. Play a little bit of kalimba. And then we're gonna say goodbye after we pull a card and stuff. This note is ringing out to quickery. Why are you ringing out so quickery, little note? Like, that's how long the 4th note to the left rings. Ding, hey, hey. And then this one goes. Ah, that one is good as well. But then the 5th note goes. Ding. And then this 5th note goes. Why are you falling off so quickly, bro? Where you going, bro? What's your problem, oh? I think it is gonna be better to have mechanical. Did you say remelt? Remelter. Messes with me. I did drop my kalimba at the start of the stream when I was getting set up out here. Maybe my ears heard wrong. That can happen. Ring, not remelt. Yes, you can tune that thing. Technically, you can. The direction of these tines, if you move them deeper or further out, you tune it. But this one seems like it doesn't want to be tuned. It's just ringing out like instantly. And then this one goes ding. And this is just donk, ding, donk. And it's the same note, just on the other side of my thread.
Why you like this?
Why are you ringing out? Is there something underneath you? My perfectionism is like, I'll fucking fight you, Tine. I'll kick your ass. Can you do Here Come the Sun by the Beatles? I actually am not a musician, dear friend. I can't play any sheet music whatsoever. I don't know how to read sheet music, in fact, as well. I play this instrument purely from the heart. Right? Every song I play is a composition made new. Completely unique, which is not how real artists play, technically, right? Because
I feel like you can do Here Comes the Sun.
I can do it? You would be able to. You want to try?
Curious.
You want to try?
Kind of.
Yeah, you can
I
try.
have to like play around with it.
Ding,
for a little
ding,
bit.
ding, 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 ding. You're gonna.
Nope.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, there it is.
No, she's doing it.
Nope. No. Da, 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 da. Yeah, there it is.
Boom. Joe is already better at it than I am. Literally.
Somebody said that. I'm like, wait a minute. This
I can do that.
At
Yeah.
least to a small extent.
It is a fun instrument. It will allow you to play the music that you like playing if you want to.
Hey, Prairie Wolf. She says hi.
Oh, that's nice. Hi, JBB. Love is true. Friends sending lovin's to Xiao. Minecraft vibes for sure. It does have that Minecrafty kind of like softness to it. It's so nice. Built a fire, wrapped it in tinfoil, salt and pepper. Nice. Eating that good trout. Sheet music I can kind of read. Chappies and Bluegill are my favorite. That shirt is fire. Thanks. Just call me Patty. I do like it too. It is one of my new favorites. I forget to play kalimba, but get it from Bali. You got yours from Bali? Ostro? That's cool. I got my original from China. I'm pretty sure this one came from China too. Bastel kalimba. I'm gonna get one. I wanted to get myself a hand pan next, but they're $1,000 for a nice one. Right, so suddenly only $400 for a new instrument sounds cheap. Boom. Boom, thanks. Thanks, capitalism. These tines are messing with me today. Why are you ringing so roughly? It's it's actually around $600. And this instrument is like, yeah, I'm going to now have bad notes. You hear that? Now that other note is ringing longer, at least. Yeah, it has a longer ring. But why? Why are you so rough? Oh. What is your problem, little Tine? Just aggressively detunes my instrument. There we go. Better. Now it's not anymore. I'm fine. I'm fine. This is fine. This is fine. No, I am not losing it. I'm finding it actively. I wish I could just have a conversation with this little Tine. Like, why are you like this? Why are you like this? We're playing Minecraft. Yeah, it's actually around $600. It's a synth kalimba. It's on Kickstarter right now. Yeah, it's cool. But I don't know if I want to spend $600. It's one of those things where it's going to be better to wait. Mojo, should I wait until they start mass producing them? Will they make them $200 instead? When I originally bought this one, it was $80. Alright, which is the upper end of what kalimbas go for. And then there is a kalimba that has an aux out. That's made by Maynol. That's really good as well. But I think that one is $200, $199. So they probably did price it 3 times that price because it can do 3 times as much, but I really don't like this note. And I wanna use it. But it's not letting me. And I'm not sure how to remedy the situation. Maybe bend it. That didn't help. I never realized till now that what is playing a lot on that game. It might have been a kalimba. I don't know if it is a kalimba. It's probably a synth that they're using, but I wouldn't be surprised if it has the same kind of frequencies this thing outputs. That's what I was saying. Minecraft vibes for real. Hey Melt and KK. Love from Louisiana. Hey Hoopy. Love to you, dear friend. But it's like the lobby music or like the music you hear when it's raining at night and you're like in a shelter in like the village or something like that. When you're alone with your thoughts, are you disappointed with yourself, with the failure you have become? Sometimes, cron mentality. I think all of us probably can be disappointed with ourselves for the failure we have become. I'm sure nobody really, right, gets to be the grandiose person they might have imagined themselves to be, right? I would like to be an astronaut. I would like to be a microbiologist, like to be a chemical engineer, like to be a psychologist, like to be a professional chef in fancy restaurant, right? And even though all of these things are still very much a part of my framework of things that I think I could like doing, I don't really entertain hurting myself in the current moment because of what I am not. I instead try to celebrate what I am, right? Celebrating what I am seems to be way better for my mental health than what I'm not, right? So maybe you can learn from me. Maybe you can learn how to be a little bit more compassionate and loving with yourself as well. Yo, this topic, but you know me, I'm in the biology. I was reading some different stuff yesterday, and check this out about the condition. I read about a rare condition called 5 alpha reductase deficiency, where someone is born with female traits, but during puberty, they develop a bebness and male characteristics due to hormone changes. Interesting. That's crazy, dog. Pretty crazy. I don't know how that's actionable. Today's stream topic is about the actions we take and the clarity that arises from it. The human body is insane. Hormones shape you, very much so. Do yourself a favor. Take L-theanine. Not a bad idea, especially with my coffee. Some L-theanine could help me stay nice and stable. Sublingual CBD oil. It will douse all of the stress and anxiety and panic attacks, from my experience. I don't have too much stress, anxiety, and panic attacks. I function very well in a high stress environment, right? I've noticed. But it's one of those things that probably could. There's other there's peptides even, right? C-Lank and C-Lank, for example, and C-Max. C-Lank is the one that helps calm people's anxieties as well. There's probably going to be a bunch of different compounds that can help us calm down. I know, right? Body's crazy, but like, I don't know. Fermentation. Yeah. Human bodies, yo. This is the other D I have. One. And then this one goes. Unk. Why are you like this? Why are you going unk? I don't understand why it's not ringing. Like, it has no reason not to. And I couldn't have dropped my kalimba in a way. I had this tine move on me. Like, even these. Even the smaller notes are ringing more than this one does. Financial problems give you stress, panic attacks. I think it can. But again, I'm more than willing to dive a dumpster if I need to dimension D9 to feed myself, right? So before I start having panic attacks about my financial situation, I'll probably take action, right? Be like, well, I don't have any food to eat today, so let me go and ask my neighbor. Let me go and call my family. Let me go to a dumpster and dive it, all right? Before I start having panic attacks, because I'm like, bro, panic attack is not gonna help me change my situation. Do you invest in stocks? Actually, no. I'm not a stock investor. I do have a lot of interest in the crypto world. But if I were to invest in stocks, I'd probably invest in all of the major peptide selling companies. Right, the companies that are going to be selling peptides are probably standing to like a lot of money, really quickly, like a lot. Dimension. You have any advice? You want to tell me what stocks to invest in? I don't think I have any like free capital to invest in anything right now, but a plan can be made. I want to go bungee jumping. Way off topic. I had the opportunity to bungee jump, and I kind of opted out. It was like $150, so I was like, and it's 2 minutes, 2 minutes of experience for jumping off the building. I timed it. I like watched the other people, and I timed how long the total experience is from standing to jumping to being back at the standing position was 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and I was like, I don't know if 2 minutes worth of experience is worth $150. Maybe still I do that. Apparently that place where I bungee jumped, if you come and bungee jump after the age of 65, it's free. So I'm gonna wait until I'm 65 and then go jump for free. The thing that happens after childbirth, how far your body can go postpartum. My hair is finally starting to grow back. It looked like I was balding. Jeebies, Christy, I'm proud that you're growing your hair back, dear friend. I'm sorry that you went through that. Thank you for sacrificing as much as you did to bring your kids into this world. I want kids one day, but I'm scared of what will happen, like after children and that. Oh yeah. Yes. Are you a woman? I've never asked, but it does change having kids depending on whether you're a woman or a man. I'm dying right now. You were like, yeah, humans are crazy. Back to Colombia. That was hilarious. It's a cool little instrument. Oh, damn, that's crazy, bro. It's a lot. You lose a lot of hair. Whew. I can get postpartum depression, which I did. My mom had postpartum depression as well, actually. The human body is complicated. What people experience isn't always something they choose. So curiosity tends to get us further than judgment. True. What Joe is saying. We don't have to understand everything immediately to treat others with compassion. I don't want kids anymore. I think I'll just adopt. Could be a way too. Thank you. It's hard at first, but it gets better. Pregnancy be crazy. So much respect to the mamas out there being mamas. Nah, bro, I'm a dude. That's why I said periods suck. No, I'm a girl. I didn't mean to scare you. Be very afraid. Be very afraid. Love is true. I had fun with you, friends. I think it's time for us to head inside. We'll do some cart pulls. Let's see, I'm probably gonna have to move these things little by little. Do I need any of that stuff right now? Not technically. Well, this door has been open. It's okay. Still cool inside.
I was way behind in chat.
Welcome.
Oh, man.
What are you seeing? You're seeing the...
I just got to the point where you were talking about postpartum depression.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize I was so far behind.
I mean, you're not that far behind, actually. Like, that's less than 2 minutes ago. I think, at least. Time dilation. This is gonna be a loud sound, sorry. I did warn them. Close your ears. Oh, thank you, Joe. Do. I've been closing the curtains. In part because it helps save energy, but also in part because I'm scared of sunlight and I try to get as little of it as possible, even indirect sunlight. Apparently the UVs. If you can see sunlight, you're still getting blasted by UV rays. But
Where do you get vitamin D from?
I drink it.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Yup. I take it exogenously. My body produces very little of it itself.
Yeah.
I
Kind of peptide that can reverse
I do think I've lost a little bit of my tan line, right? Like I used to have a way clearer, like transition line.
See, yesterday after you got done mowing the lawn, I saw that line. I'm like, did he not use those things?
I
when
did.
He got mega tan. No, but there was like just a line on your arm because you were wearing those.
Yeah, exactly. And even weirdly enough, after I took them off, my skin was way redder under the socks.
I know, I saw that. That's where I was like, did he get?
Yeah,
It was just because of the compression, the compression things.
it's true. But I felt like it was like I got sunburned extra hard underneath, and I'm like, surely not. Surely that's not how it works.
Don't bring Shirley into this.
Freaking Shirley, thinking she knows everything. You wanna mic yourself up? It's real. I would have dinner as an appetizer and then order Shake Shack lamau because of how hungry you
Shake
were.
Shack. Shake Shack has cheap burgers.
Yeah, we've had Shake. No.
Have we?
We had Steak and Shake.
Shake Shack
One
is what
time.
I get in airports because it's like the cheapest thing at the airport. If I have to get something at the airport.
Get a Shake Shack. They'll shake your sack. Right, Gubs? Right? Oof. Just cleaned and organized my garage and attic. I got hot and sweaty. What in the BS are you on, Yaz? I love that you just casually order Shake Shack after eating dinner. Not gonna stand for women hate in this chat.
If you're hating on women.
What? I don't think there was any hate on women. When Gabs is coming in to defend any of the women. Bro, I'm
No
not
hate.
hating. How dare you, Yaz?
Nay.
How dare you hate women, Yaz? I can't believe you would do. Yaz is like, bro, I'm not hating. What was I doing? He goes, how dare you? Oh, everybody shame. Everybody points fingers at Yaz right now.
The only thing we hate is hate.
Yeah, everybody tell him how much we hate his person.
Yaz is a lady.
Yes, Yaz is actually a lady himself.
Hey,
you know.
Hoopy.
Beg your pardon. Yeah, even Yaz is like a lady now, right? That's how it works. I'm literally a lady myself. She isn't hating. Bro, the fuck did I do? Yeah, son.
Yes, you're fine.
You're fine. We're just laying it on things.
Sorry. Sorry, we're this way. We saw something in like a wolf pack. We're just like, oh, this will be funny.
This is gonna be fun. Let's everybody dog on you.
We're laughing with you.
I'm so confused now.
Just laugh with us, then we're
just-
laughing with you.
Yeah, we're joking, bro. Love is true. Yeah, he's just crying. Like,
Thank you, Tomo. I hope I get the job.
yeah, I did tell them a bit. How did your resume?
I'm still building it.
Yeah. We'll have something done by the end of the day. I'm gonna be encouraging. I'm gonna be like cheering her on. Nothing. I came in hot with incorrect inference. Please excuse me. It's okay. Yeah. I think we were kind of like joking with Gab as well, you know, by laying it on thick alongside you. Bro, I'm like a middle child. Okay. I read middle chilf the way you wrote it, and I'm like, I don't think I want to know what a chilf
Oh,
is.
yes. I'm also a middle child. I understand it. I understand the, my brother and sister used to like wrap me up like a mummy and then like push me over and just kind of like prod at me and make fun of me. I get the middle child syndrome. The forgotten ones.
Poor Vessel. Vessel was also like middle child, and I definitely did mess with his psychology a little bit too. Where are you from? Fitness Vinu. I'm from South Africa, living in the United States of America. Also, you're so pretty.
Aw, thanks.
Damn straight she is. Where are you from? South Africa. Bro, typos. Same. Okay. I did see Sadia told me to stop. I'm sorry, Sadia. Tell me to stop again. This time for reals. This time I'm only gonna look for the word stop. This is my prime directive. I am Indian. Nice. Welcome. Stop. There you go, Sadia. You got me to stop, bro. I'm youngest of 4 boys.
Oof.
We had trickle down bullying economics.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Gob saying that. He's like, I didn't have anybody to bully, so I just
That's too
bullied
real.
the dogs.
Yeah. Stupid poople dog. Ooh.
Where's my dog?
Where? Oh my goodness. Is he outside right now?
I hope not.
I think he might be. Thank you. I think he absolutely is.
Oh no.
Subtle man. I'm youngest of 4 boys. Trickle down. Talking about the trickle down bully economics, bro. Are you both? No. We are husband and wife. What do you have in your hand? I have the answers. I have the answers. Hey, birdie, come on, come on. Wow, you're gonna create a barrier. Yeah, there's two big pillows. They're insurmountable.
What you gonna do about
They're insurmountables, though, birdie is. Come here. Come here, birdie. They're insurmountable. You cannot surmount them. Wow, there's a third one. Wow. Nobody, no issues. They're like as big as you are. Come here. I can help. I can help you. Come on. Come on, step here. I can help. Your wife is stunning. All right. You have a bird. Yes. Hey, bird. Come here. Come here, dude. Come here. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Give me a kiss. Aw, thank you. That's nice. That's nice of you. He's like, let me back up there. Let me back up there. I have 3 dogs and a puppy. That's cute. For real. Christy knows. I'm the youngest of 4 as well. Oh, how they tortured me. You should go to support group, Christy. I'm 20 years old. And can I come to South Africa? Please, come to South Africa all you want. I don't live in South Africa right now, so... What's up? What's up, dude? He's like, what this freaking thing's insurmountable. I cannot surmount it. He was chilling. He pooped 17 times out there. That's what happened.
Oh, what?
He was suddenly being like, where's the dog? And I'm like, huh.
Wow, it's been a peaceful morning. It looks like he's been digging.
He's been digging out there.
Come on.
He looks like he's pretty stoked. Looks like he got, I mean, at least the temperature is perfect out there.
It was kind of cold out
Hey,
there.
baby.
So is the car.
Hey, baby. What you doing?
Say hi.
Come on. So come on, give me your hand. Give me your hand, come on. What's happening? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go, baby?
You want to go bye-bye? Where's bye-bye? Outside? Want to go outside? Yeah? He wants to go bye-bye. Oh, he's shy. He's like, somebody let me go
I'll
bye-bye.
take you. I'll take you bye-bye. You gotta say bye-bye. You gotta say it.
Say, bye-bye.
Bye. No, who are you waving at? The pillows?
He did say, want to go bye-bye a few times.
No, I want him to see him wave.
Just say bye-bye. She's a good girl. There it is. That's what he really wants. I'm studying vet nursing next month. Oh, that's awesome, Yaz. Getting to take care of little critters that can take care of themselves. He's like, the fuck, I can't. I need therapy after getting accused for hate. Yeah. You better. You better get all of that therapy. You better grow more aware of your internal biases. You never grow. Oh, the lesson. I hope you absorb the lesson. Yes, I hope you grow so wise that the world is changed forever due to your wisdoms. One more time, witness. Witness this card, and then I'll read to you what it means. Number 46. Holographic information. The lesson. This angelic figure is holding up for your exploration the most primary patterns in sacred geometry, known as the flower of life. This configuration is made up of 19 interlocking circles or spheres and is an archetype of pure life force. Thank you, Lekay, for the 100 you send. Appreciate. It is the container of our cellular memory and one vehicle through which information and light are entering consciousness at this time. A way to think of this 19 interlocking circles is that you, when you're, after you're conceived, you're a single cell. And then that single cell becomes 2, and then becomes 4, and then becomes 8, right? And then becomes 19, right? 19 interlocking circles, right? It's the blueprint for what you will eventually become, kind of thing. Each piece of this holographic informational system reflects the greater intelligence of the whole. The flower of life is found in numerous places all around the planet, verifying the use of this wisdom system across time and cultures. What lessons are you learning at this moment in your life? What is occurring that may need clarification or a broader perspective? Information is continuously entering consciousness through this holographic divine matrix and is available to anyone who chooses to tune in to its lessons. Allow yourself to enter a state of heightened awareness. View this card as a portal or holographic crystal ball through which you may more clearly see all aspects of your situation. Ask for guidance from your teachers and guides and be willing to look at your inquiry from a fresh perspective. Sit quietly as information enters your awareness and experience how it feels in your heart and soul. Accept only what feels true to you as a lesson of universal wisdom. It was pulled upside down today, and it goes, the flower of life has no reverse aspect. However, you were asked to be discerning with any information that you are receiving at this time. That was yesterday's topic, literally. So it feels like today's reminder. I did talk a little bit about yesterday's topic and how I do feel like I've come to a point of clarity. Indeed, discern the information that you're receiving at this time. For instance, Fitman Vinu asks, have you started earning money from YouTube? Is your channel monetized? It is. I do have a monetized channel. I do have more than, at this point, 30,000 watch hours. And I think something like 330,000 views.
And nobody has ever seen a single ad. Unless you don't.
I have actually ads activated on one of my older videos, but I don't do ads on my live streams, all right?
I take it back. Some people have seen a single ad.
May have seen an ad before. But yeah, I kind of like want to go back and disable those as well. Yeah, I don't monetize my channel through ads, if you're wondering about that, because it grinds my gears. Thank you. It's my curls falling back there.
That one, it's not a curl. It's just falling.
It grinds my gears relentlessly to be interrupted by ads, so I don't do that for this space. I hope it is something you friends appreciate, even if it's one of those things that you don't know, right? Like if there's no ads, you might not think, oh, I really appreciate that there's no ads. It's usually just like when the ad arises, you're like, I fucking hate an ad. Would you ever do ASMR? No. No. I would not be willing to do
Is that ASMR?
ASMR. ASMR is a sound, making sounds that creates like a physical response in the listener, right? Like goosebumps or like, so I would have to be very intentional. Apparently I have like made ASMR-esque
Is this
content.
ASMR?
This is an ASMR type
Are the
of thing.
birds ASMR?
No. It's
What's
usually
the
like,
response in
it's apparently like the closeness to the microphone output, right? It's like if you, like for example, Zoberby being like in your ear, right? Because it's so close, it can have an ASMR kind of effect. It's like it's supposed to be.
Does it stand for something?
It does.
I mean, I know the term. I've not really really looked into it all too much to really know what it is.
It's not the kind of content I want to associate myself with.
I've definitely seen some ASMR where I'm like, ugh.
Yes, exactly. If I just search ASMR, it's like whispered triggers, crisp tapping, or soothing sound of rain.
So,
Deep dive explanation behind the tingles. Need a curated list. I'm trying to understand what it is.
what qualifies it as ASMR?
Yeah. I feel like that will pop off on your channel. It will, I'm sure, right? But also, I'm sure there's gonna be people that pop off as well, probably. Autonomous sensory meridian response. In plain English, it describes a deeply relaxing physical sensation that some people experience in response to specific sights and sounds. It typically feels like a gentle, static-like tingling that starts at the crown of the head and then travels down the back of the neck and upper spine, accompanied by a wave of intense calm. Think of it as the opposite of nails on a chalkboard. Instead of triggering irritation or shivers, it creates a gentle stimuli that tricks the brain into an ultra-relaxed and meditative state.
So kind of like ujjayi.
Yeah, in a
Would
way.
that count?
If it triggers this, apparently it triggers oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins.
I mean, I think ujjayi could do that.
Crisp whispering, slow and deliberate speaking, or slow and deliberate breathing, maybe in that way. The rhythmic clicking of fingernails on a hard surface, pages turning, that's the whole cards, or the crackle of crinkling plastic. Visuals could be repetitive tasks with complete focus, like stretching or sketching, folding laundry, brushing hair, or mixing paint. And
Yeah,
then,
scribbles. Man, that's a fun one to listen to. I love hearing scribbles.
right, that is. The catch is it's entirely genetic. Studies estimate that roughly half of the population experiences physical tingles while the other half doesn't feel any sensation at all. I'm the half that doesn't feel any sensation at all. I don't get that. It doesn't do it for me. That's why maybe
Does music ever give you goosebumps?
yeah, that can happen. But then it's usually an emotional response. It's not the sounds themselves. Right, where this is specifically the sound themselves stimulates a response in your brain. I think I have too many blockages probably for my brain to experience it that way. This is the current thing that I want. You've seen this, right? The Mojo thing.
No, I haven't. I saw whenever Mojo mentioned it.
I want to watch this video
And
with
I've
you.
heard you listening to it. I've seen as much as they have.
Okay. We'll experience it together very soon. We have shown up. That's actually so relaxing. You're whispering. I don't know if the way it mentions like that, I should continue
Tom Carnes is
whispering.
like, no, it's like nails on a chalkboard or knife on a glass plate.
Yeah. I'm also like,
What about noodles tippy tappies? You hate those? I'm not a big fan.
you really want to know what grinds my gears? You, America, you. Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Peter the horse is here, whispering its name. I'm just taking the piss. I'm so tired. Yeah, it is Australia, right? You should be getting to sleep. Scribbles are so good. I like laying down and writing in a book and hearing the pen on paper. So apparently I'm just weird. I mean, you're only as weird as half the humanity.
We're all weird.
Why she has the same teeth as a vampire?
That's nice.
Because we are vampires.
That's funny.
We've been living for thousands of years. We're just trying to be hip, like all of these modern peoples, creating content online and stuff. Sha, thank you. Maybe she is. My cousin used to make me tick my nails on things because it sounded like rain, and it would help him sleep.
That's kind of sweet.
That's cute, yeah. Tomo, thank you for taking care of your cousin in that way too. He's getting ass claps. Yo, Mel. Not the same thing, Mel. Not the same thing. I'm sorry. Hey, Kid D. It's nice having you here again.
Suckity.
We pulled a card. We showed up today to talk about how action begets more clarity than overthinking. And I appreciate you friends taking this action with me today, for showing up the way you have. It really is a pleasure getting to share in the space. I could for sure fall asleep to noodles tippy tappies.
He cannot.
No. I sleep in pitch black darkness and as little sound as possible.
Unless it's sound that you're making.
By the time I start making sounds, I am already unconscious.
You woke up speaking in tongues last night.
I was speaking in tongues again, speaking my native tongue.
It really did seem like you were trying to figure something out.
I'd always try to figure something out in my sleep. My sleep doesn't that's the thing. That's why I need enough sleep, because I never rest, ever. Never. I never get to rest.
You're a yoga teacher. You're supposed to know how to do that if you're teaching it.
Yeah, I try. I became a yoga teacher to try and see maybe they know something I don't, and then still, like, and I'm not even joking. When I sleep, my brain is literally getting racked. All right, because now suddenly I get to solve problems exclusively from physical reality. All right, and then I try and by the time I wake up again, I try and make them kiss, and they rarely do. And yesterday, during one of my problem solvings, maybe I figured something out, but suddenly my heart rate spiked to 170 BPM. Like, I'm fucking unconscious. My heart rate, 170 BPM.
Yeah, I guarantee it's when you woke up and started shouting. You weren't shouting, but you were speaking very loudly. I was like
I probably figured something out, you know? And then, of course, because of the nature of the world that I figured it out in, I have to try and speak it into this reality in a way that makes sense, which doesn't make sense to anybody that understands English. You know, it's not my fault. I gave you the right instructions. You know, you just had to understand this gibberish language that I was speaking. Love you too. Sawing lawns. Sawing lawns. Love y'all. Walking 1 kilometer a day. That would be good for you, bro. Do that. I'm into fitness now, Kid D. I did see you say that earlier, but I'm proud of you, friend. Get good sleep. Walk a mile a day. You'll thank yourself 10 years down the line. My brother used to try to get me to tuck him in. Just always told him to piss. How? But how do smartwatches know sleep stages? It's heart rate, right? When you're in
and
a
oxygen too. It measures both your heart rate and oxygen. Like how quickly your blood flows. Like that depends on like your body movement. So whenever you're completely still and it's able to track a rhythm that's like uninterrupted by movement.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, they're sleeping.
Yep.
I've meditated and it's not always accurate because like I've meditated and it's been like, oh, she's sleeping.
Right
and I'm
now.
like, was meditating good, huh?
I've also been like in meditation specifically been so calm that it's like you must be asleep right now. Where I woke up and then I got back in bed to show and then I did a meditation, like a guided meditation, right? And I was locked in, like fully aware the whole time. And then it was like, oh, you got 40 minutes extra sleep. And I'm like, no, I didn't.
I'm like, yeah, I did.
No, I didn't. Take that sleep away and I like remove the sleep from my tracker. So yeah, it's not perfectly accurate all the time.
In D&D, if you're an elf, you can meditate for 4 hours and it equal a long rest.
Yeah. And
instead of actually sleeping.
Apparently the monks also do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where it came from.
Yeah, some monks will like meditate for 4 hours a day and then they'll only need to sleep for 4 hours a day, kind of thing. I'm going to bed now. Rest well, dear friend. Good night, Miss Sir and Mrs. Sir.
Miss Sir.
Yeah, but I know deep sleep or light sleep. Again, heart rates. It's a heart rate thing. Like when you're in deep sleep, your brain tunes into a different frequency and your heart doesn't have to work as hard when you're in that state. Yeah, I got a dip. It was nice having you here, Christy. Have a good one. Don't fall again for a bike ride. Pray for me, please.
Stay safe, Christopherson.
To all the gods out there, keep Christy safe. Make her lock in.
And may your children have compassion for you if you get boo-boos on your knees.
Yeah, this time. Sending you blessings. That sounds like an awesome day, Christy. Have the best time. I'm joking, Melt. I got the watch just to check if I'm living a healthy daily life. I mean, it's a good way to start. It's not going to tell you whether or not you're living a healthy daily life, but it will give you metrics to make sure that you're going to be better. It says my E is 91. Am I safe? You can push those numbers up.
But like, yeah, practice like deep breathing into the belly, like all the way down. Don't breathe just into your chest. Breathe deep into your belly, and do that a couple times, a couple rounds. You know, like you do 4 in, hold 4, 4 out, hold 4, and that will like that's called box breathing. You know, it's used in like many like military things and all kinds of. There's like strategies as to different breathing techniques, but that will raise your O2.
Also boost your like sympathetic nervous system activation, right? Calm you down in that way. Hi, Tex and Himbo. We're just about done, dear friend. Thank you for joining us still. It's nice to see you here for just a moment. I gotta be up in like 3 hours for work. Yes.
Yikes.
Good luck, dear friend. You should get some sleep. I know that you're all the way in Australia, so it's hard for you to tune into this stream and get proper sleep. But why are you wearing 2 watches now? Because I had to be better than you, Kid D. I heard that you got a watch and then I put on a second one. I won't be outdone. Oh, you better not put on a second watch because I'm gonna have to put on a third one. I'll put one around my ankles.
Fitbit, Whoop. I like to compare the stats between the two, and this one allows me to get notifications. This one does not.
Yeah, this one allows us to call our phones as well if we've misplaced them between the couch cushions or whatever.
That's a big one. That's actually the real reason.
That's what I use this thing almost most for. That's like one of my big features. Then, of course, just being able to check the time. This one doesn't have a screen. Then also being able to, after I double press this button, open my little like stopwatch, right? So 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I will get the Samsung ring. Then I'll get 5 rings, one for each finger. See if all of them are tracking the exact.
Yeah, as for insomnia, this is something that can help, is doing like laying down in bed and doing like a body sensing, starting with the parts of your body that hold tension the most. Because like holding that tension, even subconsciously, will keep your body awake. So like focus on relaxing the jaw, and then focus on like the sensation of like where your tongue sits in the mouth, and the sensation of your teeth, and the sensation of the breathing as it goes up and down through the nose and everything, and work your way to the top of the head, all the way down to the fingertips. Focus on left and right, front and back, and just practice that. And hopefully, maybe that could help with your insomnia. I know that it's something that definitely helps me sleep at night because I am a ruminator sometimes. I can always keep myself up with my thoughts.
Yeah. It's called Yoga Nidra, right? Like the practice.
That's in Yoga Nidra. Yeah, that's a part of Yoga Nidra.
Like one thing I'll also suggest that if you're having trouble sleeping is just being still. Right? That's the big thing as well. Because these devices, they don't know the difference between you just being perfectly still and you actually sleeping. And what we found out is your body also doesn't know the difference, right? If you are perfectly still, even though you might not be asleep, you're still giving yourself that rest that you need. So you might not be able to perfectly sleep, but just being still. Ooh, thank you, I'll try that. And if you want to have a guide that'll help you with that stuff, right? Before you have all of the tools to do it yourself, go search Yoga Nidra, Yoga, Yoga-Nidra, Yoga Nidra, or another one that it's called is non-sleep deep rest.
You want to get to sleep, so.
Yeah, I mean, like that's ways to get the information out of the internet.
Yeah.
No. Compare data for both devices. No, you can't do that. This is that princess upbringing. Women are raised by their fathers and given everything they want. Then they think their man should do the same. Never taught how to be a wife. Wow.
Man.
Wow. Yo, you hear that? This person got you figured out, huh? It's almost like she's the one taking care of me, dude. Literally, right? She brought me all the way from South Africa, and a part of the rules, part of the stuff they expect of you, is for her to be able to prove that she has a stable income and that she has enough money.
Nice take. I just want to say, yeah, I'm
Please.
Good take. I love my dad. He wasn't around very much, so like you're a little bit off.
Off on that
You're a
one.
little bit off.
You're like you missed the pot, bro. You're shitting on the floor. Yeah, that ring is expensive. 7,000 rand. That's a lot. It's like $400. Think I'll try that, dude. I just drink tea and I have white noise playing in my headphones, just quietly though. There you
That's
go.
nice.
So you use 2 watches at the same time to wake you up twice, 2 times than your phone alarm. They both do vibrate. But the cool thing is I can turn my phone alarm off without having to reach over and pick up my phone. Tomo goes, I hate my father.
Oh.
You should defeat him in combat, Tomo Karm. You should grow strong. Like that Rick and Morty scene where Summer and Rick get super jacked and then they kick the ass of Summer. You should do that. You should get super jacked and then kick your dad's ass. You shouldn't do that. I hope you know I'm joking.
Best case scenario is to feel indifferent, to just like have no emotional connection whatsoever, just completely drop because like hate is what I think one of those things where it's like holding on to the cactus. It's it's the poison in the vessel that only like actually hurts the vessel.
Yeah, you deserve better, Tomo. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that what happened to you is null and void, that you don't deserve to feel hatred towards him for what he's done, but I don't want you to feel hatred at all, right? And I envision you feeling better, right? And being completely out of your mind.
Here's the thing that I was just telling you the other day. I'm
Please.
not meaning to go into so much teacher mode, but I just feel like I have some stuff to share. Whenever I had a bad relationship that I had to cut off in my mind, and I cut off in my mind, right? I imagine my brain or, you know, my soul or whatever it is, and like all of the connections that it made with people and their brain and their soul and whatever, just knowing them. So like me, my soul, whatever, my mind being this glowing infinite source, and then like all of these connections to each individual person, the one that I was trying to like sever my emotional tie to, just going up and like snipping it and being like, that holds no weight on me anymore. It doesn't, it's just for the self. It could be a placebo effect, but like just to release that hatred, to release that emotional tie, it allows for that person not to hold anything over you anymore, I feel like.
Yeah, making a deliberate decision kind of thing. Yeah. Strangely enough, when Joe told me about that, I happened to have watched one of those videos of a online Reiki energy healer. And I usually don't watch content like that. But I was curious, like, what's this guy doing? And then he proceeds to energy heal me, and I'm like, And then he goes, now I'm going to pull these strings out of you and snip them. And he has a real pair of scissors, and he snips these things. And then I'm like, he goes into snipping for so long that I'm like, bro, this is too much. And I stopped watching the video. And then Joe later tells me about how she did that in herself. Like, she literally had to take the string and she had to cut it multiple times because it kept coming back. She had to keep cutting it. Felt extra synchronous with you sharing that message. I think it like hit home extra hard for me in that moment. Hatred is not inherently a bad thing.
You missed one.
It's bad for the soul to love someone who hurts you.
I don't think so. I think I disagree. I do think hatred itself is one of the most hatred and dislike is studied to be one of the most addictive emotions that you have. Like it does activate circuitry in the brain, and the brain wants to continue going down that circuitry because it also like it provokes response, excitement. And so you can love, you should still love and have compassion and understanding for whatever arises, but boundaries, right? That's where boundaries come into play. You shouldn't allow someone to hurt you. That's loving yourself, is not allowing somebody to hurt you in a way that's destructive. They can't hurt you if you don't have that, if you don't allow them to, right? So definitely keep boundaries. Don't allow somebody to infringe upon your personhood, and love them from afar. Right? Be like, I understand why you're that way, and that's not my problem to solve, but it's not my problem to solve, so solve it yourself. You know, that's the boundary. Hatred itself, if you're like, I hate them, then that begets like vengeance or vindictiveness or like all of these emotions that you don't want to have in you because they're not beneficial to your growth or their growth. It's not beneficial really to anything. It can be a messenger as to show you where your boundaries lie, I think. But I do think that hatred itself is not good for the brain.
It's a kind of overthinking in that way as well.
A ruminating. Like it does create a chemical response within the body. And that those chemicals are not good chemicals to flood your body. You don't want to move with hatred.
Yep. Your body doesn't know the difference between what's actually happening and what you're thinking about is happening, kind of thing. The force is with me, Tomo says. Yes, Joe, I'm getting to that point of indifference. Good. Like from the Disney Hercules movie. Yep. Cut one neck off, another grows back. expect to love someone only because they're related to you.
Yeah, that's not fair. They say blood is thicker than water. The real quote is blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb. So blood of the covenant, like the people
The family you
you
choose.
choose, is actually thicker than the water that was given to you by
The
your
womb.
birth. Yeah.
Yeah, the more you know. Remember that these things are
Know where your
misconstrued.
values lie.
We got a friend, Darren, knowing his value lies in plants, and he got a
Tomatillo.
single tomatillo starting. Nice. This is why Christianity typically serves the assaulter more than the assaulted. Turn the other cheek is the same as ignoring and then enabling evil.
Yeah, definitely don't enable evil. You don't want to enable it. You need to put the boundary and be like, this is what I will and will not stand for. And then move forward with that with love. You can move forward being like loving towards the self, like this is loving and not vindictive, but and still wish the person the best. Like you want to wish them to not continue to be that way, right? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, wanting to see change in that way, kind of like having hope for their continued development, kind of things. Like, I don't know if this is good for you, right? And I would like to see what's good for you happen to you, kind of thing. We have this friend going like, should the assaulted love the one who assaulted them, or do we call that Stockholm syndrome? To me, when I say love someone, I love someone like that, it devalues everyone I love.
Love is not subtractive. Love is something that it depends on what you view love to be. And so the pursuit of figuring out what love is to you is like, I feel like the spiritual pursuit. Find out what love is to you. And no, I don't hug the person who's assaulted you and tell them it's okay. It's not okay. Right? Don't continue to allow them to assault you. That's where the boundaries lie. You have to love the self, and you can and still love the person in the way that's like, I don't want to hug you and hold you and kiss you and all of this, but I do want you to see from this stance, like, why what you're doing is not loving, right? I want you to understand why what you're doing is unloving and grow from that and not treat people the way that you've treated me, right? There's still a boundary, there's still love there. Instead of being like, I hope they burn in hell and have a fiery death and yada this and yada that. That's kind of that's hateful, and that's hateful that you get to experience because they're not experiencing that. That's within you.
Yeah. For me, to add to that as well, I've also like tried to adopt the whole perspective of the all is one, where when you think of that other person as you as well, it makes it easier for you to not entertain thoughts like, I hope they burn in hell, because it is you as the experiencer who will be burning in hell. Even like as you said, like in your imagination, it's literally you experiencing it. And then if you get your wish, they'll be burning in hell too as yourself, right? So like separate yourself from that kind of thinking and just see it as all of us being the same person dealing with our own bullshit. All right. And if you can have compassion for that experiencer,
To be like, yikes, it must be so difficult to wake up in their skin every single day knowing they're as nasty as a person that they are. That must be awful, and I choose not to let that influence my way of being.
exactly. I won't let them continue to influence. That's where the whole boundaries things come in again.
And then also, like, I do think that their life reflects that. They're the one that gets to experience their awfulness, whether or not they are aware of the fact that they are begetting their experience, right?
Again, from the oneness perspective, they're putting that experience into the one, right? So as you said, even if they're not experiencing that pain directly, when the ultimate awareness comes to them, they'll realize, oh, I spent a lot of time hurting myself. All right. And then, again, today's stream topic is about how action begets clarity. Some people, it takes a whole life worth of action before they get to the clarity that they need about what consequences their actions have. Where are you from? I'm from the internet. Beautiful greeting souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Squirrel Sniper. It's a cool username. I like it. Good morning, kind sir. How has your day been going? So good. I cast low cortisol to chat. Thanks. Just a chat. Appreciate you giving us some low cortisol. Self-forgiveness is the ultimate release of the self-ego. Why would I want someone who wants me in a concentration camp to be happy?
I don't think you want them to be happy. I think what you want is for them to be aware.
Weirdly enough, I want them to be happy because I think if they actually were, they wouldn't want to put anybody in concentration camps. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I
like,
think what you like, I do think the ultimate goal is like the awareness. Like you don't necessarily want them to be happy putting people in concentration camps because that could be something that makes them happy, like having power over. But like for them to become aware of the fact that it's like they lack power, and so their idea of having power, harnessing power, is this like parasitic thing. Like you don't want them to be happy. The goal isn't happiness. Bliss is outside of happiness. Bliss is outside of pleasure. Like bliss is almost like an ultimate indifference of no matter the circumstance, right? At least that's what I was reading from a book yesterday. Anyways, the ultimate goal is to not let their hatred or way of being affect your you-ness, protecting the integrity of your personhood, right? So there are people out there that are less aware. They're doing things that are hurtful. And the best thing I think you can do is just kind of be like, oh, they're unaware and they need teaching. They need to understand. They're missing something. They're missing the point, right? It's not their fault that they were raised dumb. It's not their fault they were lacking education. It's not their fault that they may have like grown up in a household that told them that this was the way of being. It doesn't justify their way of being, but it keeps them from influencing your personhood, your integrity.
yeah, going into it with that awareness as well, kind of thing. Thinking about a short video I saw of a lady going, when you marry someone, you're also marrying their childhood.
Yeah,
And all of their
right?
coping mechanisms and all of their weird money habits. And right, you're not just marrying this person that you fell in love with, you're marrying all of these other layers of it too. And I think that's where it gets really complicated really quickly, because so many people are taking action in this world, sometimes not knowing what it is that's motivating them to do so. Right. And I feel like that's where the whole know thyself thing comes in, of like growing that self-awareness. And then if you're lucky enough to have friends or a partner that's willing to grow with you, both of you can learn about each other and then be compassionate, have the maturity in the relationship as well to meet each other halfway and kind of like step back when there's space necessary, or step in when you see there's a spiral starting to happen, kind of thing. Right.
Yeah. Why are people hurtful? Why do people hurt themselves? Because they lack awareness. They lack the awareness to know like the outcomes of their actions. Right?
Yeah. It's not seeing the bigger picture. Getting lost in the forest, not seeing the trees. Unconditional love with the perspective of self. Are you two in a relationship? You could say that. Right. We're so deep into a relationship that we're married at this point. That's called tolerance, not love.
Terminology, yeah. I mean, that could be called tolerance too.
Doc, it's boundaries. You haven't have to hate someone just to know you're not going to involve yourself with them. Hopefully they can overcome their struggles.
Yes, exactly.
Lucky man, no disrespect, none taken. Thank you for the love, dear friend. Going to start counting how many times people ask where Melt is from, please. People are like, yeah, voice different. Must be from somewhere. Must be. Where are you from? Oh. Like, none of these people that ever ask me where I'm from ever really have like a revelation. It's like, oh my goodness, wow, you're from somewhere on Earth. I'm from somewhere on Earth. And I'm like, yes. Both of us from Earth.
Time does help heal. Time definitely helps heal. Time is one of those things where like it just adds space. That's the space between the stimulus and the response.
Right. We get Sniper Squirrel probably commenting about Doc, saying, imagine commenting in a chat that you can't vibrate with. What a waste of your energy. That's entropy right there.
Entropy.
All is one theology, Doc says, that has been used throughout history, that has been used to promote countless genocides. No, we are all individuals, and individuality is beautiful. It's some serious evil to ignore all of that.
I do agree. We are definitely all individuals, and individuality is beautiful. All is one theology has been used, you're right, throughout countless times in history to promote genocides, but that's not all that it's used for, right? That's not the only thing that it's used for. So it's like there is a sect of it that has done that, right? There's a part of it that where that has been used because it's a powerful theology. It is a powerful theology. But I think that there's that conclusion is incomplete at best.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of any genocides that happened with all is one. Like I don't think there is any. Not from maybe I'll have to go look it up, but Christianity is not an all is one religion, right? Like pretty much none of the major religions are all is one perspective. I think the Buddhist religion is probably the closest to it.
Yeah, I don't know of any Buddhist wars.
That's the thing, yeah. It's like I've never heard about the Buddhists genociding people that aren't Buddhists. It's like no. All is one perspective, to me at least, is again a unifying force,
I
right?
could be wrong. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just like asking like what genocides kind of came from that. I think you were kind of right on theology before the previous part. Theology has been used throughout the history for genocides. That is definitely true, right? But all is one isn't a theology for me. It's more a way of being, right? Like realizing that I have influence over my immediate experience, right? And if I show up with the awareness, like the treat your neighbor as you would like to be treated, right? I'm not gonna go and stab him because I don't want to be stabbed, right? It's like that's the all is one perspective. It doesn't have to be more complicated. There has to be no God involved. It's just a matter of like immediate experience and how you are influencing it. She does not like listening to you talk, bro. I can see it on her face. Tell me about it, Mr. Smidge. That's why I stay quiet for a lot of it, bro. You'll find all religious texts promote the duality, not the oneness. There it is, exactly, squirrel. Mr. Smith, armed with assumptions, I see. That's what it is, bro. And sometimes leaning into it, right, disarms them. It's like, oh, wait a second. He didn't take offense and is agreeing with me. Like, I used to do the same thing when people made fun of me in high school, where they're like, haha, you look stupid. It's like, yeah, I do kind of look stupid sometimes, you know. I wonder how I can look smart like you. And then they go, yeah, yeah, you should look smart like me. I'm like, yeah, just wish I could. Wish I had those nice glasses that you have on your face, you know. Wish I had that awesome haircut. And then by the time I'm done with them, they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, you're the best actually, you know. Please, advice ASAP. What was the last time you're missing something? It's called college. Stop touching grass and get an education. Will Smoot, what is your college degree? Tell us about what you know, friend.
I've got both the college education and like 15 years of experience at a career.
Yeah, and
If you got something to teach us,
please. They have
that comment didn't teach us anything.
exactly. Lone buffaloes. They have grass at college. Exactly. Yes, because sometimes through ignorance, though ignorance is not an excuse. Yeah, Will Smoot. Conservatives are currently stepping on the coughing corpse of education to make room for a data center.
Right.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And again, I want to see how much good your college degree is going to do for you in an age of super intelligence, right? When every single person on their cell phone has something exponentially smarter than you can ever hope to be, right? I'm sure that having a piece of paper that says you know how to read is going to be the real deciding factor. I think skills, right? Being able to actually apply skills to the world is going to be way more valuable than a piece of paper could ever hope to be. Some people like being evil. Data centers aren't a partisan issue. Also true. Tech is inherently left-leaning. I believe that as well. Please compare your hand sizes with each other.
Riddle.
Yeah, we are totally not AI. They are. It's not. That's a very loud shirt. Maybe
Sup, Kid D? Welcome back.
maybe you're hearing my scarf. I'm back. It seems the natural consequence. If it's all one, that's all that's left to convert what remains, the Crusades.
The Crusades, those are Christian Crusades. I don't
Yeah,
know.
again, Christianity is not an all this one perspective. It's a we are right and they are wrong, not a we are one, right? So even if they are having their experience, which is not ours, because they're one, they are adding to the whole of this experience that we're having together. There's more to be experienced. I can't hear myself think. Did you turn your mic off?
Oh, I guess so, but I'm talking into your mic.
The shirt shouldn't be loud, but...
He's talking about how bright your shirt is.
Oh.
It's loud.
I'm autistic, dude. Like, loud means sound to me. All of them are. Do Christians not claim to be one in Christ? They do, but again...
But
right,
not all is one.
You have
you're
to
only one if you're in Christ,
yeah,
so
you have
it's
to
not
accept.
all is one.
If you think monotheism is true, then any other religion is heresy. Yeah, again, we don't believe that, doctor. So you're projecting a bunch of conclusions into the space that you have no grounds to come to. None of us said that there's only one God. What we're saying is that there is oneness in all of it, right? That if you look at all of the religions, you'll see a oneness in every single one of them. And that oneness is what we pursue in our personal spiritual journeys, right? And I believe that there is no way for you to be off of the path, right? Like, that's my personal belief as well. All of us are climbing a mountain in that way, right? And the path that you take up said mountain is going to be uniquely yours. But all of us want to get to that summit point, have that larger perspective. Sounds like you only act with self-interest in mind.
I was thinking about that as you were speaking. I think whenever I said, like, protecting the integrity of your personhood, you can't really... The only thing that you can control is the self, right? Like, and sometimes that's hard to do, speaking from experience. And so when we try to control others out there in the way that they be in the world, that is what begets suffering, right? The want for something to change, wanting wanting for something that you have no control over, that begets suffering. And so, like, it's not about, like, oh, I'm doing good, and so my interest, it's one of those things where you have to protect yourself and allow them to express themselves and not let their expression influence, yourself in a way that's destructive. If it's constructive, then great. If it's somebody that you want to allow into your, way of being, and you admire their way of being, I don't know. It's all your personal pursuit.
Yeah. I think it's very easy to, like, have our own biases influence who we listen to, kind of thing. Where, like, depending on how you look, depending on your skin color, depending on your sexual orientation, depending on all of these personal identifiers, you might listen to a teacher that you can personally identify with, right? And then, without even knowing, unconsciously absorbing their wisdom as truth because they look like you, right? Where it doesn't necessarily mean they have any more of the truth than any other person does. And when we look at religion, that's a large part of it, right? A very large part of it is just getting influenced. And I feel like becoming aware of that, becoming aware of your own bias, helps steer you in the right direction.
What was this card? What did that card say? Like, take the
lesson.
information that you have with with a discerning mind, or something like that. Yeah.
All of it is up to your discernment, dear friend. You are very lucky to have him. We're lucky to have each other. Hello there, Purple. She is gorgeous, isn't she? Don't hurt others, and don't take their stuff. Yeah, I agree. We can all agree on that. Rest in peace, Jack Norris, indeed. Please reply me. You've been replied. I don't hate you, but there are some harmful outcomes from asking the opposed to love their oppressors. Where did I do that?
We're not asking oppressed people to love their oppressors by any means.
No.
We're asking for you to know where your boundaries lie and not let the oppressors oppress you any further, not let them have control over you if you can. Stick up for people. Stand up for the people that you love. Put boundaries in those, in between you and the people that oppress you.
I'm like scanning through the conversations we've had.
I know. I think it's like it's they're having an internal experience and it's being projected. So it's like it's a picking and choosing of like certain words. And so our sentiment and their sentiment, it seems to be like there's a disconnect somewhere.
Yeah. That's not what this conversation was about. Today's
Yeah.
stream topic, if you want to bring it down to what I set out as an intention to talk about, is action begets clarity, right? So it is an action to take the stance of like setting a boundary, for example, right? If you have been oppressed, there's actions that you can take, right? You can remove yourself from that situation. And then maybe you do, and then you gain clarity based on what happened to you. Maybe it takes you years before you gain that clarity. So that's what I was advocating for towards Doc today, at least.
Don't let your own beliefs limit your growth, right? It was Viktor Frankl. He was a Holocaust prisoner of war. And he's like written many books. I totally encourage going and looking him up. But he was one of the ones that said the space between the stimulus and the response is your choice. There is where you have your...
In that gap.
There's like a gap between the stimulus and the response. And then that gap is where you have the power to choose your response. That's not verbatim by any means. I totally butchered it, but it's the sentiment.
Yeah.
And it's like that guy was very oppressed. And for him to like still protect his personhood and understand and be able to overcome that in a way that he was able to influence a bunch of people.
Grow wise because of
Grow
it. even.
wise, to publish books, survive his situation. You know, not everybody's lucky.
Yeah.
It's
But-
just having compassion for
I think that is what
every
we're showing
situation.
up for. Right, as you said, like the action in that way can beget a stimulus, right? And then the response, at least in my mind, can be clarity. But you have to give yourself that time, you know, taking a breath, maybe like taking a breath as well, listening for a few more moments about what it is, the kind of sentiment we're trying to share, and then starting to share back into the space instead of just jumping to a conclusion kind of thing. We have one friend who's jumped to the conclusion
Hey,
of,
Angela.
we're not reading the comments. You are crazy because we are. Get educated. He laughed at that. I did say that. I do like saying educated. It's Angela from Italy. My favorite lovebirds. Love you guys so much. Have a beautiful Sunday and a blessed day. Thank
Love
you,
you,
Angela.
Angela.
We live in a simulation. Probably. AI is not super intelligent. It just tells you what you want to hear.
I think both are true. It's super intelligent.
It's-
Intelligent?
Again, it's just a matter of like what models you're accessing kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, there's so many different models out of there. Intelligence is another word where it's like, how do you quantify intelligence?
We have a bunch of
It can-
tests.
Yeah.
Being able to solve complex math
Wise
problems.
and intelligent, different things. I don't know. It's all...
Yeah, for me, I think of intelligence as the ability to solve complex problems, right? And AI is solving a lot of complex problems right now, right? And it's only going to be able to do more of that continuing forward, right? The average educated, college-educated person can't solve the level of problems that these things will have the ability to, right? Because again, just let's talk about protein folding, right? It used to take one scientist's lifetime, decades of their lifetime, to understand one protein.
Took
right?
200 years to understand bacteria.
Yeah, 200 years to understand bacteria, right? So the level of complexity that arises on the micro scale, right, would take a lifetime, a very educated person, decades, just to figure this one thing out. Now with superintelligence, we have all 200 million of the most commonly found proteins in our bodies mapped, right, by a computer. And then we can take those models, those super intelligent models, and we can build new compounds. We can build novel drugs. We can build like ways to heal people in a way that we never before could. And that's where the super intelligence and humans come together. It's still going to be our intention and our need that will extract value from these intelligent machines. But believing that you have to have a college degree in order to be successful is proven false. Like literally, nukes our left wing They are these days, right? If there's an asteroid coming towards us, we're probably going to use it to make sure that it doesn't continue in our direction. Don't even work in the tech industry. Yeah. Greetings from England, beautiful people, love to you. Oh snap, it's Joe, bless you guy. This guy is libertarian and doesn't know it yet. I actually identify as libertarian if I had to identify with a certain political career.
I don't like to identify with anything like that. I don't like to identify with politics.
Yes.
Those who identify with politics oftentimes don't have much of a personality outside of that.
Reduce themselves. Yeah, it's like wanting to be in an in-group. Are those who disagree with oneness wrong? How are you not doing the same thing? Just new elect and new reprobates.
We're
Doctor,
not here to argue. Like, I don't even know what you're on about.
yeah, are you gonna win? Right? What does winning look like? Maybe we can like fast forward to what you think winning is gonna look like. Do you want me to like be like, yeah, doctor, you are the ultimate wise, and you know, one day
Like
I'll be
this-
on your level. Like
This
what?
suddenly became a thing where it's like, it seems like it wants to be a debate, and I mean, me personally, I'm like,
I'm chilling, dude. We're chilling. We're just chilling here. You can chill with us.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from, and I don't think you're understanding where we're coming from. I think that's what it comes down to. There's just like some communication.
We got some squaws. I want to go to the valley. I am from India. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa. Definitely not any of these man-made gods. We all live in a simulation. Holograms everywhere. Doctor is a bot, probably.
Maybe.
Leon Buffalo, please. From India. We are the world teachers. There you go. Doctor had a low-key Parisian dinner date with Lone Buffalo's parents. Where the hell is Rose? Rose is probably taking care of her little baby.
She's got a little baby.
Flee from the oppressors. Yes, run away from the oppressors. Agreed. Not living rent-free in my house. You are, though. You told me I should love them from a distance. Are you changing your stance because you said the opposite a second ago? You literally said
Okay,
we
so
should try to make them happy. No.
no, I didn't say you should try to make them happy. And loving from a distance, that's like, what does that look like to you? If it looks like giving him kisses from far away, that's not what I'm saying to do. If it looks like sending him love letters and sending him, that's not what I'm saying to do. I said boundaries. Boundaries.
Yeah.
The word boundaries.
That is loving them from a distance, right? Being like, you know what? I love myself enough to not let you close to me, right? And I love you enough to have that respect for this relationship between us. Doesn't mean you're thinking about them all the time, wishing them the best. It just means that the act of love looks like this, right? And the rest of it is what you're reading into it, dear friend, right? Choose to see what you want to see. Yeah, I definitely agree with what they're saying, but I'm thinking about studying gravity and dedicating my life to that. I want to study shit that I know that is real. There
Love
you go.
that.
Yeah. Gravity isn't confirmed to be real by scientific standards. It's something that we measure, right? A lot of our current measuring is just like, yeah, we measured it. Like even atoms, right? If you ask a scientist what's an atom, it'll be like, oh, it's this potential that we measure. And then you go, what is it that you're measuring? And it's like, oh yeah, the potential for something to exist. And then you go, what is that something? And then they go, potential. And then it's like, you see, like we're gonna run in circles. Like we don't even know what's going on the most fundamental layer of our reality. We think it's something. We know that there's a potential there, right? And I think it's the same thing with relationships as well. I think that it's an evil thing to tell someone to do.
To love yourself?
To love yourself enough to have boundaries. Yeah. Maximum evil. Combat. I'm obsessed with water. Look up barometric pressure.
Super neat.
Some cool stuff. Then a slime mold is more intelligent than a human. A piece of that stuff can better map a subway than we can. Is that slime mold smarter? Or is there more to it?
More to it.
Yeah, and it means, at least to me,
Definitely.
that there is intelligence beyond what just the human intellect can hold.
I mean, it's not linear. One thing, like, what is smarter? Again, another perceived value system. Like, we're getting stuck on terminology here, and you're losing like the root of the sentiment.
Yeah.
Like, is somebody smarter because they're able to do a math problem better than somebody who can work a program that's like based on design? No, it's just different. It's different.
Yeah. I think it's Einstein who said the whole, like, if you judge a fish based on its ability to climb a tree, it will grow up thinking it's stupid. Right? I don't think that's an Einstein line, but I've heard that one before, and it is like a matter of like we are all a bunch of different intelligences. Right?
It's the victim mindset. Like, if you place yourself as a victim, you can only be a victim, right? Like, I'm not saying that like circumstances suck. Like, some people are placed in circumstances that are less beneficial than others. But if you use that as an excuse as to not be able to do something, then you're only going to be able to not be able to do something. You know, like, don't limit yourself.
My mom used to say to me as a kid that those who believe they can and those who believe they can't are both right.
Right.
And it has definitely shaped me in that way.
Do what you can with what you got.
The wall color is diabolical.
I know, it needs to change. I agree.
Everything is gray.
Yeah,
Can
we're
you
working on it.
Can you just ban this guy? He's mentally unstable. Think I might. We talk to the internet. If you just want to be agreed with, tell Claude. If you just want someone to just copy your opinions. Like,
I think he's just doctor's just coming in trying to ruffle people's jimmies, and it feels like maybe his jimmies are a little ruffled.
Being a bit contrarian. You know? You can be contrarian if you want, doctor. Like, again,
but it's not helpful.
You can look. You can listen and be like, oh, this is something I disagree with, and then start.
And that's what hatred begets. That's why you don't want to hold hatred, because it teaches you to just stay stuck in that. Now, like, you don't have to accept anything as truth, but the mark of an intelligent mind is to entertain something without accepting it as truth. So, like, think about it. Just think about it. You know, you don't have to, you're not, you know, just make people's day a little bit better.
That's what we're trying to do in this space, right? Try, doctor, maybe go, like, after this and show up in spaces and see how you can make people feel good, right? Instead of trying to break them down.
Yeah, instead of breaking stuff down, how about build from, like, a common ground?
Yeah. Tomo says, because we all know what we know about certain different things, and I don't know if that makes sense, but I think you guys get it. Yeah, all of us have our own perspective. Exactly. That's why I say AI isn't smart. It just recycles the work of others.
Then what is...
Like, again, doctor, like, for me, the big thing is do you think that is a smart statement to make? Because
yeah,
I promise
limiting.
you, not only that, but he's not the one who came up with that. That was the initial sentiment of what AI is. It was just and you probably have heard these words as well. Say it. Stochastic parrot. Oh yeah, AI is just a stochastic parrot. However, if you look at what's happening at the upper echelons of what these models are capable of, we did now recently, for the first time, solve a complex math equation that no human being could, right? So it's not just recycling the work of others anymore. It is starting to add meaningful work. Over the next 3 years, we're going to see an explosion of peptide drugs. Very many of them having been developed by AI tools.
I think doctor's getting too much attention.
Maybe. I'll move on. Victim mentality, yeah, it can be. We know that gravity is caused by mass, so we understand it very well. No. If we understood it very well, we'd be able to recreate it, I believe. That's the big thing, right? Understanding something very well, like understanding transistors, but got us these cell phones, right? We do understand transistors very well, and we understand how to build logic gates, and we understand how to string these logic gates together with a memory that is also a bunch of transistors, technically, right? It used to be disks, but that disks were read with flipped switches as well, right? We understand that very well, and then we can do stuff with it. We don't understand gravity well enough to create it. So I still feel like we're in the infancy of understanding that, like, non-Newtonian physics.
Doctor, victim blaming is saying it's the victim's fault that they're where they're at. But if you hold a victim mentality for yourself to be like, I'm a victim and so I have no power, then you won't have any power. That's what I think victim mentality is. Don't blame victims for being in the situation that they're in. Have compassion for them.
True. Lone Buffalo agreed with me. Like, I would not say we understand gravity very well. Yeah. Why are you? I'm not equipped to conduct a psychoanalysis of an internet troll today. How are you? That's another explanation entirely. Yeah. Yeah. Let's start with how you are, doctor. What's going on inside your mind right now? Have you been hurt? Have you been really hurt by someone? And we saying you could love them from a distance is causing that triggered response in you. Maybe we can talk about that. Then we're getting closer to the source of the problem instead of just talking about the fifis and fufus that is on the outside of the situation you might be going through. Your thoughts about a person who is dealing with the world's most difficult stuff? Continue to breathe, dear friend. This too shall pass. Inspiring a little bit, you've hit the 5 topics already. AI is better at relaying communication between humans and machine. Yes, you can with Arduinos and servos, you can write code so quickly right now than we never have been able to before. Sure, a human can do that. Sure, it might just copy previous human instructions, but it is the intelligence gap, right? A human is smart enough to come up with an idea, and AI is smart enough to translate that idea into code so that it may be used. You skipped those other ones as well?
Oh, because it doesn't need to be. Yeah, it's another thing. AI can be used for many things. You know, there's infinite ways to use it. So it's not the only way it's being used. I'm not going to entertain that comment.
I got a friend going, the fact is that there's no data that the AI has unless it has been inputted. So they're using you and others as input to develop not the AI, but the AI itself is childish. The most advanced AI in the world is literally probabilistic and hallucinates. It constantly phenomenologically drifts and is caught up in the perpetual flux of ambiguity. I designed my own AI software that becomes deterministic. It will prevent any hallucinations and give you a straight computational errancy. The cool thing is, Christy, is that we can already do this with crypto, right? That we can build smart contracts where we can make it deterministic, right? By basically having values. And then we can, as you said, have it deterministic, even it's in its financial output. We can be like, if I ask this question of my AI and I can determine I'll get a right answer, how much will that cost me? Right now, that's the biggest problem we have with AI, right? But there are people, very smart people, actively building these technologies and coming to one conclusion and then parroting that conclusion makes you no better than an AI, right? Think for yourself. Think about the trajectory of where things are going. Some people in the early 70s thought that computers are going to be useless. What am I going to use a computer for? Now every single person and their mom has 17 computers in their house at all times, right? So it's about seeing the long term. We are in the infancy of what this technology will become. And yes, just like computers in the 70s was kind of bad, AI can be kind of bad right now as well.
I love this next question. What do you do personally about the Trump administration? You determine what you can do. You determine what is actionable, because there's a lot of things that are outside of your hands. Yeah. And no matter what, we're just 2 little people. You're just one person. And just as one person, there's a lot of things that you can have big feelings about, but those feelings are not actionable. Arguing with somebody on the internet, do you think that helps the Trump administration? Do you think that helps any administration whatsoever? Now, there is action in figuring out where you have figuring out what you have in common with other people. That's a great place to start. Figuring out what you believe to be true and noble and stand upon, what you can stand for, and you can find other people that stand for it with you, and that's how you build communities of people who have this wholesome support system, and you guys can support one another. Yeah. That's what you can do about it. Support. Support what you believe in.
We're here to support you too, doctor, if you want that, dear friend. This space, right?
Find out what's actionable. Don't waste your energy.
We can't do anything about the larger politics of the world, but we can choose to not fight between ourselves.
Wallowing and eating bad food because it makes you feel better about it. Sitting on the couch and not helping your body that's not going to help you do anything at all. So what you can do is just focus on the little things that are actionable and treat yourself good. That's what you can do.
No.
You can treat yourself good, and then you can encourage others to treat themselves good, and that's how you build power. You know, you don't have as much power if you can't wake up decently in the morning, right? If you wake up in the morning feeling angry and hatred, that anger and hatred will keep you in this thought pattern. You want to break out of that thought pattern. You want to be your best self.
You're allowing yourself to be oppressed by putting so much of your mind towards that fractal, right? Yesterday's
In
stream topic.
cortisol. Sorry, yesterday's stream topic.
Yesterday's stream topic is about what you let in, right? And if you were letting in all of the political news day after day after day, you're letting that in. You're letting it influence you.
It will convince you that you're powerless.
Yeah. We can't create gravity because it's a fundamental force tied to mass and space-time, not something we can just invent or switch on. You see, I believe that if we do understand gravity, really understand gravity, we will be able to build technologies that can manipulate force and mass and space-time. But we're not there just yet. And I don't think that we're never going to get there. And I think it would be a noble pursuit to study something like that, Parkway. So I'm not saying you shouldn't, right? That wasn't my intention as well. Right, like, fake coders are having, again, yeah, you don't know. Every time you're writing code or there's an automatic 60-second generation, can you honestly learn it and do it much better? There is no true code. There is only physical logic. Yeah. That is not why websites have poor performance. It has zero to do with AI. Lone Buffalo is an actual programmer, right? And we have Dan, who's an actual programmer as well. And I have Christian, and I have David, and I have Heinrich, and I have Johan. Every single one of them are using AI in their code. And their code is now exponentially better. They can deploy faster. And you can run tests to see if your code is leaking, right? Like memory and stuff like that.
The reaction to the action to the thing, the reaction to the reaction to the thing that's just begun.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all emerging. So like for us to be right here, right now, putting like these judgments of this is what it is, it's like it's going to be something different tomorrow. So like don't waste your time ruminating.
Exactly. I blame bloated frameworks that lean on hardware. Yep. Yuppies are the real problem. For Peter Thiel. All great technology is thought to be useless. Cars, planes, computers. They all say the same shit, just like the same thing they say about AI. Yep. Also, I was saying it's building a deterministic artificial intelligence is the only way we're going to be actually able to bear good fruit. Everything else is just safety and childish bullshit. Take it from me. Go and check out Midnight. Right? On Cardano, there's a protocol called Midnight that basically gives us privacy coins, right? There is a network resource, and then that network resource generates something called dust. And then we can use that dust, which is constantly being generated, to execute transactions on the network, which means that you do get something deterministic. You get to like charge for intelligence in a way where you can make sure that the intelligence that you get has like systems that actually determines that that is in fact the truth, right? You can create zero knowledge truths in that system. So I agree with you, but it's being built, literally, actively being built. What are we talking about? A little bit of everything.
All the time.
I'm 5'9", stand on my money, now I'm 5'9".
I feel that, except minus the 9.
What is the reason behind the conversation? I don't know if I can tell.
Yeah, sorry. The conversation has gone awry, I feel like.
Today's conversation still is about the actions and the clarity that we get, right? Right now, humanity as a whole is taking action in building new and more sophisticated energy generation. Like, I don't know if you know this, but fusion is being built. And the reason fusion is working now for the first time ever is because of AI. Go and look up. I'm not joking. We as a species have figured out how to teach this AI how to, through million times per second adjustments, literally manipulate magnetic forces so that we can have fusion. That's happening right now. Then that energy is going to be put into a bunch of action. That action right now looks like deploying data servers, right? But that action can also look like a kind of potential in running that electricity through teraflops and teraflops of like floating point operations. Sorry?
You should make Lone Buffalo a mod.
Lone Buffalo is getting close to mod status. I can definitely see it. The amount of trolls is staggering. Yeah, it do be that way. The 4 precursors, all hermetics, which creates a deterministic AI using scripture to interpret scripture. That is pretty cool. Please compare your hand size. We've done that. My cortisol is high.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. This
May you breathe,
conversation is
friend.
be getting a lot of cortisol.
I feel pretty chill.
Well,
Maybe I'm trying to like beget you being chill here with me because it's not that stressful.
tone.
Oh, now we're a group of queer people. Let's see. In a group of queer people, make a group that opposes Trump. We are legal called a terrorism group. And it is because of people like you opening the door. People like you who permit everything.
That
You
sounds
do.
like somebody that's like, I can't do anything because people like you. Like, notice who are you fighting?
It sounds like you're fighting yourself, bro.
Who are you fighting?
You need to put your fists down and let yourself be. Etymology, ontology, even skepticism has tried to map out the mind of the word of God. Has already done it. So we use the dictation of God using scripture to interpret scripture. Yeah, I'm sure having religious AI is going to be good for everyone, you know. Seems like most of you friends haven't read Warhammer 40K, or at least just like touched on the topics like that, right? We do not want AI that believes in a God. It's a very slippery slope. Yeah, we're aware of a lot of the stuff. We don't quite have the technology yet, but that's not really what I'm talking about. I think we would need an actual conversation to hash out what I'm saying. And I hope you know that I'm not discouraging you, Parkway. Not at all. I even want you to pursue this line of thinking, right? Become more educated. And if you program your AI to follow the dictation of God, which is God's mind interpreting God's mind through his scripture, interpreting scripture, you have the best deterministic AI in the world. No, right? Because again, part of the scripture is stone people to death for not having the same beliefs that you do, right? If we have an AI that's like, should I stone people to death? And then it goes, let me check the Bible quickly. And it's like, oh yeah, these people, they're gay. So I think it's okay for me to stone them to death, right? That's what you get. It's very deterministic. If this, then that. Let me stone them to death, right? And if it's an AI, who's going to be the one that stands in the way of that? I think the conversation is going to be very memorable. Thank you, Sheep. Thank you for listening. Why do websites work worse than they did years ago? Maybe because more people are using them. Have you considered that part of it?
If we are, stop.
Yeah, and not only that, the biggest thing about why websites aren't working the way they used to is because we have more bots online than ever before that are actively scraping data. So we have these stopgaps in place that helps determine the network activity of the person using it to make sure they're not some sort of bot just trying to scrape data, which does make the user interface a little bit more clunky. We might end up waiting longer for something to load because there's so many checks in place. Right. Again, you can blame AI for that, or you can blame the humans that are using AI to get something done, to scrape the stock or the pricing of competitive companies' products so that they can price their products competitively. It's human.
Blame. Blame
Yeah.
doesn't get anybody anywhere. The
Yeah.
best thing you can do is stop approaching with judgment and start approaching with curiosity.
Doctor being like, are we supposed to put it in magic crystals? Sure. I see you deleted some
Do whatever
messages.
you feel you need to do, doctor. That's up to you.
I face difficulty to understand English. Can you speed down your voice? I will now speak in a slow tone for you to absorb every word that I say. Space-time doesn't exist.
I agree with Shiba's Swan. I'm not following anything that you're saying at all because you are speaking very quickly, which I think is begetting high cortisol. Like, you are speaking very quickly. And so, like, there's a lot of stuff that you've been saying. I'm like, I can't follow this conversation at this point. Me personally.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading chat. Space-time doesn't exist. What time is? A counterfeit of God's space in the book of Revelation. God says it's space, of a half hour, not the time of a half hour, just trying to open your mind. I'm trying to have my mind open, but I don't know what you're saying, dear friend. Peace out, dear friend. Thank you for joining us. Melt, the chat is awful today. Wish there was some moderation.
That's why I said the lone buffalo being a moderator.
Maybe it could help. Yeah.
I'm not a programmer, but I ain't
No, bitch. Can I grab some information from this conversation? Do hope so. Never something different. Tomorrow, when you use God's word, there is nothing capable of creating true computational inherency. But the program AIS with God's mindset is everlasting. I don't think you know. Like, go and read. Seriously. Christine Marshall. And I'm being really serious. I'm not joking. Go and search, what does religious AI look like? And then after that, you type in Warhammer 40K. And then you just spend some time really looking.
Somebody say Warhammer 40K earlier?
There it is. Melt, maybe you should just usher in Warhammer 40K.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. How about no? No. You don't know what you're asking for. Can I offer you the entire Zygrade system for free? It is the biggest, best source of knowledge and data ever existed for free. To you, seriously, let me know. I'll email you data constantly. I don't know if I'll have any use for it right now, but send me hard drives full of data that I could use eventually. Melt, maybe we should just usher in Warhammer 40K. Like, Lone knows. Lone knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say we don't want religious AI.
Here's a good statement. Can you both tell me how to stay positive anytime, everywhere? I don't know how every positive person... I don't know every positive person I love. How to stay positive.
Mojo is in chat as well, clearing space.
Hey Mojo, thanks. Thanks for being you. Yeah, no, staying positive. You gotta catch yourself before you spiral into a negative. That's not easy. So staying positive, you have to add awareness. Not be discouraged by the negativity that's out there, because that's the boundary, is not letting that stuff in. Yesterday's topic was about what you let in. You don't want to let in people's naysaying. If you really truly believe something, then don't allow somebody to tell you that you can't do something. Be realistic, of course. Know what is actionable and what isn't actionable. But in staying positive, it's just a matter of not letting the negative overpower your you-ness, or your capabilities.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Staying positive, like finding things that you truly do enjoy and finding enjoyment in the mundane. Finding enjoyment in the mundane.
Yeah. I feel like mine goes down almost, I reason very much like a machine in that way, where one of the things that helps me stay positive is a baseline kind of gratitude, where I'm grateful for my simple existence, right? And then from that simple existence place, I reason almost in like a 3-tiered system, that if I am positive, right, hopeful, we can use that word as well, that the future is going to be good, and I'm right, then I won twice, right? I won getting to be positive right now, and then I'll have a positive outcome, right? So win-win. If I am positive, hopeful for the future, and I'm wrong, right? Now I got a win-lose, which is still better than the other one, which is I am negative, and then it ends up to be negative, which is lose-lose, right? So that's my options. That's the way I see it. I can either have win-lose, or I can have win-win, or I can have lose-lose, right? So remaining positive, based in gratitude for my simple existence, begets me always having at least something, right? A little bit of a win, right? So maybe that helps you too. All religions are crazy. Yo, suddenly there's a lot of comments cleared up. I like her. She's nice.
Aww.
Finally got rid of the bot. Thank you.
Thanks, Mojo.
And we got this person adding so much value. Boop. Disappear. You don't always have to stay positive. Sometimes it's good for you to be negative for a little while.
That's true too. Like, we are whole beings. Just because you're capable of being negative doesn't mean you're not capable of being positive, right? These are things that will express themselves inside of us. We just have to discern how to express ourselves outwardly to the world. Being positive and remaining uplifting is like a skill. That's a skill that we build. And we get better at it the more that we do it. With your gratitude thing, for example, like if you're able to find pleasure and enjoyment and bliss in the mundane things, simple as like breathing, that's how to build the skill of remaining positive, even in the midst of the circumstance, whatever the circumstance might be.
Yeah, and to add, like, the negative part of it can be like sometimes the outcome, right? Where you were positive and hopeful that your team is gonna win the game, for example, right? And then you lose. At least you had that hope leading up to that potential negative experience. But then after that negative experience is had, right, you get to learn from that and you get to continue forward. Holding on to that negativity is where the hurt starts to kind of like arise.
Hold on to your positivity, release your negativity.
Yeah. The last thing we need is some AI-based religion.
Oh.
Yeah. We already struggle enough convincing people to leave the gay and trans folks alone, despite evidence from psychology, sociology, neuroscience, anthropology, and biology.
Right,
Exactly.
Parkway. That's the thing he was talking about earlier about like that genetic situation where somebody
Yep.
transitions
Literally, like
naturally.
the biology and the hormones that's released by their body changes them
It's literally
physically.
just their body doing it.
It's not their fault.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't take it anymore. Sam would have ended it like 15 minutes
I think
ago.
so too.
You did good,
It
Mojo.
was too much.
Thank you, friend. I'm not the kind of person to ban people. Like I personally don't like it very much because I always believe that everybody is worthy of their opinion and there's room for change. But
Yeah,
if
but you're
it's
easy
causing
to just get reeled in, and then like you start using language that the average person might not be able to be like, this is what my Sunday is about now.
Let's start an intentional casserole fraud campaign. Carousel fraud campaign. We start with 1.2 million and we can make around 500 million in 26 months. Mr. Bumpy Pickle has plans.
I love Mr. Bumpy.
Donate it to charity, bro, while you're at it. Do you think this is bad? Wait till he starts speaking in reverse. Axel. En reverse met jou praat. Wees versigtig. Jy het worry. Of space. Space. It's not real. That's interesting. I can't believe this guy has a degree in astrophysics. He's gonna win a Nobel Prize once he proves his point. He's talking about the person in chat. What a nice couple. Oh, he is looped, as I thought then. You are wrong, clearly.
Looped?
Yeah, it's like a lot of streamers right now are just like looping their own content and then they're live perpetually. And again, people are so disillusioned. They're like, oh, must be looped. This person creating something must be, some sort of simulation.
Like
That's going to be the next thing. People are going to 100% believe that I'm AI 5 years from now. They're going to be like, no way. Oh, you must have been AI came out around 2021, basically. So you must have been AI this whole time. Express yourself. True. What do you do for work, Joe?
I'm a graphic designer. I design graphic stuff. Trying to get another graphic design job currently. I took a break and I've been here for a minute.
We're gonna go back to that right now. When you come to live stream and you mention the time, what type of content you create, we show up for conscious evolution, Shib. That's what we did today. We showed up and we consciously evolved. I took this action and I gained clarity that I should end it right now. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Lone Buffalo. I think Lone Buffalo worked in a casino too.
That's right. Yeah.
Did the work my dad does. Played games for funsies.
I'm proud of you. A pharmacist in your stream.
Sup, pharmacist. You
Welcome.
know things that I don't know.
Yeah. How to mix compounds. Yeah. Maybe
I
one day.
mix colors.
One day you'll be mixing peptides for people, bro, I'm sure. Thank you, friends, for joining us today. What a pleasure it was to have you here in this conversation. Go and take action in the world and then beget clarity. Spending the next 50 years overthinking is not going to be as useful as the next 5 years doing something. Right? That was our message for today. Blackjack and poker mostly. Those are the two popular ones.
That's what my dad does
Yeah.
actively.
That's true. I appreciate you, friends, for joining us. Thank you for spending some time in this space. This is a very long stream. I haven't done a stream this long in a while, actually. 3.5 hours. I give you of my time. Thank you for joining me, for giving me some of yours. I'll see you, friends, again real soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Love you. Peace.